Welcome to St. John's University for the 2014 edition of the Minnesota Football Coaches Association Tackle Cancer All-Star Game as the South and North All-Stars get set to take the field here. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox. Welcome to 12 Sports presentation of the All-Star Game. We've been your All-Star home since 1984. Darren Lampker, the Osseo head coach, joins us for today's game. Darren, I know you got a chance to coach in this before. You've obviously sent a lot of players to it as well. What's this week generally like for these coaches and players?
This is a great week for the players and the coaches. I mean, you get to work with the elite of high school football in Minnesota, and other coaches are just great because it's a relaxed week. You get to hang out, you get to go out and do some fun things, bowling and things like that, and it's not all football. And that's some of the most fun that you'll have.
Is it tough to put things in this short of time span with differing offensive systems, especially coming into a week like this?
Absolutely not. These guys are smart. You could put in any offense you want. Within a day or two, they have it, and they'll go with it. And a lot of times, you just kind of let the kids, hey, what are you comfortable with, and let them run what they feel they're comfortable with. So it's a really unique week to play offense and defense because these kids are so smart.
A few years back, we changed from Metro versus Outstate to North versus South. Have you heard talk? Is there generally consensus that's been a good thing?
I really like that fact because before it used to be Metro Outstate, and it was kind of this little riff, a little bit. Hey, the Outstate kids wanted to prove something, and rightfully so. And now to have them all play together is a really good idea because then you get to meet each other and talk to each other and just see, hey, kids from Outstate can play just as well as anybody from the Metro.
Most of these guys are going to be playing college football, and I have to believe this is a great way for them to get ready for that in all phases, playing with players just as good as them, getting used to living away from home a little bit and everything.
And it's a real good prep week for them, and they get to figure out, hey, you know what, it's tough to come out of the summer and go for a week or 2 days and have football practice again, but once they get here, they love it, and it gets them really ready because, some of them are going to go here in the next month, and they're going to go up to their school, and some are already at school, and they come back for this. So, yeah, it's a really good thing for them to get used to it.
Obviously, there's always the factor of wanting to fire the team up, and I know the North kids told me that they had heard from the coaches that the North hadn't been scoring much these last couple of years. They're eager. There's always that factor of wanting to prove something and show how good your area is a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to show everybody, hey, I can play. And obviously you don't want to. You're not a selfish individual out there, but these guys are going to play as a team. But they want to show people, hey, no matter where I'm from, I can play. I'm representing my school, my community, and they want to do well.
All right, we've got a number of local all-stars from the Northwest suburbs here in today's game, and they are coming off great careers and hoping to show well here again in the 2014 All-Star Game. John Jacobson will join us from the sideline as well. Stay tuned, the lineups and then kickoff for the All-Star Game coming up next here on 12 Sports.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
And welcome back here to St. John's as we get set for the North versus South All-Stars here on 12 Sports. A little bit of rain here and there. We're going to talk more about that in just a few minutes, but the South All-Stars coming out, and they will be introduced first here on the artificial turf field here. Great setting for football here at Collegeville and nestled into the woods, and a lot of great football has been played here over the years. Clemens Stadium site for this one, after some years at St. Cloud and also 1 year at TCF Bank Stadium. We are going to send you over now to our public address announcer, Dave Giles, as we meet the lineups for the South All-Stars.
From Fairmont High School, wide receiver number 2, Luke Becker. From Owatonna High School, linebacker number 3, Luke Wanyas. From Minneapolis High School, quarterback number 4, Nick Rooney. From Lakeville North High School, running back number 5, Jemiah Newell. From Academy of Holy Angels, located in Richfield, defensive back number 6, Adam Hoffman. From Pine Island High School, defensive back number 7, Ben Warnicki. From Lakeville South High School, linebacker number 8, Tyler Lattery. From Eden Prairie High School, running back number 9, Anthony Anderson. From Mankato West High School, linebacker number 10, Isaac Weber. From Dawson Boyd High School, quarterback number 11, Joey Lee. From Owatonna High School, defensive back number 12, Sam Fensky. From Owatonna High School, running back number 13, Aaron Peterson. From Farmington High School, place kicker number 14, Reed Tabenheim. From Grand Meadow High School, defensive back number 15, Trenton Blyfus. From Blue Earth Area High School, defensive back number 17, David Franta. From Hutchinson High School, running back number 22, Tori Adams. From St. Paul Highland Park High School, wide receiver number 28, Isaiah Brower. From Hutchinson High School, linebacker number 31, Jake Wendland. From Rosemount High School, defensive back number 33, Connor Yepsen. From Prior Lake High School, linebacker number 34, Blake Weber. From Eastview High School, linebacker number 36, Jacob Beckstein. From Chatfield High School, tight end number 40, Jamie LaPlante. From Fairmont High School, defensive back number 42, Jay Ruin. From Glencoe Silver Lake High School, running back number 46, Dalton Klaus. From Byron High School, defensive end number 51, Dustin Davis. From Apple Valley High School, offensive lineman number 55, Tyler Rowland. From Eastview High School, offensive lineman number 60, Joey Marinello. From Lakeville South High School, defensive end number 61, Alex Hoffman. From Rochester John Marshall High School, offensive lineman number 62, Isaiah Minnick. From Jackson County Central High School, defensive end number 63, Matthew Schmidt. From Casson Manterville High School, offensive lineman number 64, Sam Stoll. From Cannon Falls High School, offensive lineman number 65, Austin Noble. From Sibley East High School, offensive lineman number 66, Cordell Bates. From Laverne High School, offensive lineman number 67, Cody Rofshus. From Minneapolis Washburn High School, defensive end number 68, Clayton Burton. From Apple Valley High School, defensive lineman number 69, Lord Hyming. From Minnetonka High School, offensive lineman number 70, Paul Herbis. From Chanhassen High School, offensive lineman number 71, Grant Applin. From Marshall High School, defensive lineman number 77, Tyus DeBoer. From Rushford Peterson High School, defensive lineman number 78, Cale Stensgaard. From Bold High School, tight end number 80, Trevor Nissen. From Chaska High School, wide receiver number 84, Calvin Biskins. And from Nicollet High School, offensive line number 89, Matt Christensen. Now let's meet the South All-Star Team assistant coaches and the honorary coach. The assistant coaches from Academy of Holy Angels, the 2013 Class 4A state runner-up, Ray Benton. From Chatfield, the 2013 Class 2A state champion, Jeff Johnson. From Eden Prairie, the 2013 Class 6A state champion, he is a 2011 Bush Nash Award winner, Mark Ritter. From Glencoe Silver Lake, a 2012 Bush Nash Award winner, Paul Rude. From Lanesboro, James Semen. From Bold, in his second All-Star coaching assignment, Steve Solom. The South honorary coach was inducted into the MFCA Hall of Fame in 2003. He had a career record of 191 and 104 in 29 seasons. He is from Southland High School, the South honorary coach, Dick Strand. And from Stillwater High School, our retired assistant coach for the South All-Stars, inducted to the MFC Hall of Fame in 2000. He is in his third All-Star coaching assignment. Please welcome George Stoll. The South head coach is in his second head coaching assignment in the All-Star football game, serving as the head coach of the Metro All-Stars in 1992. He is only the third individual to be a two-time All-Star game head coach. He's been a coach for 35 years, a head coach for 31 years. He has been the head coach at Eden Prairie since 1992, where his teams have won 16 conference championships and 16 section championships, making 18 state tournament appearances, 10 Prep Bowl appearances, and 9 state championships. He has coached 45 players who have played in this All-Star game. Inducted into the MFCA Hall of Fame earlier this year, please welcome the South head coach, Mike Grant from Eden Prairie. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome for the South All-Star players and coaches. And we will ask the South All-Star team to step back to the far hash mark at this time. And let's bring to the field now the home team for the 2014 All-Star Game, the North All-Stars.
As you saw during the lineups, we're going to probably have some rain coming and going throughout the day here a little bit, and hopefully it won't impact the football too much here as long as storms stay away. And here come, speaking of storm, the North guys kind of storming the field a little bit. These are probably guys you're a little bit more familiar with there, and a lot of guys from the Northwest Suburban Conference in this game, in fact.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a few players. There's some Minnetonka guys on the South team and things like that. But yeah, a lot of Northwest Suburban players that were represented very well here today.
And they will be lining up and introduced to the crowd here as well, and dividing line roughly kind of in the middle of the Twin Cities, it looks like. The more or less southern suburbs are part of the South team, northern suburbs part of the North, and seem to be getting a pretty good, decent matchup in terms of overall ability between those two as well. So we're going to head back over to Dave Giles as we get set to meet the All-Stars from the North squad.
The 2014 North All-Stars, starting with the players. From Moorhead High School, wide receiver, number 1, Brett Lawrence. From Benilde St. Margaret's, quarterback, number 2, Keaton Studsrud. From Little Falls High School, linebacker, number 3, Tristan Ross. From Holdingford High School, defensive end, number 4, Mitch Messman. From Annandale High School, wide receiver, number 5, Matt Miller. From Osseo High School, wide receiver, number 6, Connor Kittleson. From Matamidi High School, running back, number 7, Jackson Hull. From Park Rapids High School, tight end, number 8, Noah McPherson. From Detroit Lakes High School, quarterback, number 9, Michael Herzog. From Foley High School, defensive back, number 10, Luke Kelvington. From Fridley High School, defensive end, number 11, Samuel Musa. From Maple Grove High School, defensive back, number 13, Jake Engelken. From Centennial High School, linebacker, number 15, Michael Major. From Rogers High School, linebacker, number 18, Nate Weber. From Foley High School, wide receiver, number 19, Tyler Beeler. From Barnesville High School, defensive back, number 20, Michael Strand. From Dilworth Glendon Felton High School, running back, number 21, Chad Johnson. From Wheaton Herman Norcross, defensive back, number 22, Carter Teal. From New London Spicer, running back, number 23, Adam Essler. From Hibbing High School, defensive back, number 24, Dion Harris. From Totino Grace High School, running back, number 28, Carlton Jam. From Matamidi High School, punter, number 30, Connor Bulldog. From Mount West Tonka High School, defensive back, number 33, Brian Tierney. From Proctor High School, linebacker, number 36, Kalen Porter. From White Bear Lake High School, defensive back, number 42, Jacob Newman. From Totino Grace High School, linebacker, number 47, Josh Sitars. From St. Cloud Tech High School, linebacker, number 49, Austin Clavercamp. From Uppsala Swanville, defensive line, number 50, Mitch Lang. From St. Michael Albertville High School, offensive lineman, number 52, Cody Fox. From Melrose High School, offensive lineman, number 54, Dallas Reeland. From Becker High School, defensive end, number 55, Mason Olson. From Minneapolis Patrick Henry High School, offensive lineman, number 64, Isaac Thompson. From Duluth Marshall High School, defensive lineman, number 65, Jake Seri. From Brainerd High School, offensive lineman, number 66, Alex DeRozier. From Barnum High School, offensive lineman, number 67, Brady Youngberg. From Irondale High School, offensive lineman, number 72, Eric Smith. From Tartan High School, offensive lineman, number 73, Jason Tilleen. From Stillwater High School, offensive lineman, number 75, Peter Palachek. From Maple Grove High School, offensive lineman, number 76, Camry Garlick. From Moose Lake, Willow River, defensive end, number 77, Ezra Zerbak. From Sartell St. Stephen High School, offensive line, number 78, T.J. Bevins. From Alexandria High School, defensive lineman, number 79, Aaron Steidel. From Champlain Park High School, tight end, number 84, Matthew Juno. And from Delano High School, defensive line, number 99, Christian Triplett. Now let's meet the North All-Star assistant coaches and their honorary coach. The North assistant coaches from St. Michael Albertville. He is a retired coach, inducted to the MFCA Hall of Fame in 2012. He is in his second All-Star coaching assignment. Please welcome Earl Bauman. From Stillwater High School, he is a 2012 Butch Nash Award winner, Mark Elmer. From Uppsala Swanville, please welcome Jay Loven. From Perham High School, he is a 2012 Butch Nash Award winner, John McEachran. The North Honorary Coach was inducted into the MFCA Hall of Fame in 2007. He was the head football coach at Swanville for 34 years, compiling a record of 202, 120, and 2. He is currently coaching with Browerville. Please welcome the North Honorary Coach, Con Netvig. Continuing with the North Assistant Coaches, from Proctor, a 2007 Butch Nash Award winner, Derek Parendo. From Columbia Heights, Matt Townsend. And from Coon Rapids, John Young. Introducing now the North head coach. This fall, he'll begin his 23rd season of coaching football, his 18th season as the head coach at Chisago Lakes. He has led the Chisago Lakes Wildcats to 3 conference titles, 7 section title appearances, and 1 state tournament appearance. Career record is 95-75, and he has coached 5 players who have played in this All-Star game. Please welcome the North All-Stars head coach from Chisago Lakes Area High School, Bill Weiss. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice hand for the North All-Stars, players and coaches.
And the sun comes back out. Let's hope that's a good omen here. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with All-Star Football here from St. John's on 12 Sports.
I never thought I'd miss you half as much as I do. It must be love, love, love. It must be love, love, love. Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the best.
It must be love. It must be hospice.
Maple Grove, New Hope, and Brooklyn Center. Channel 12 is your local source.
When it comes to TV channels, you've got choices. As a matter of fact, you've got lots of choices. But only one channel is your local source in your community every day, bringing you the news, sports, events, and city information that affect you. So seek out the source. Channel 12, 30 years your local source.
Welcome back here to St. John's along with Darren Lampker and John Jacobson. I'm Jay Wilcox, and the festivities of pregame are now out of the way and getting set to get out there and hit each other a little bit, play some football for the first time in several months, obviously, for the guys on these teams. Let's go down to the sideline now. John Jacobson standing by.
Thanks, Jay. I talked to game director Dave Fritzie a short time ago. As you saw during the lineups, we've had a mix of weather here already today. Rain and sun, wind a factor. The big thing they're tracking is lightning. They have a lightning tracker here. If that comes into play, they'll move everybody into this McNeely building, players and spectators both, and they have to wait a half hour. They have a very set procedure to follow. The rain they can deal with. They're worried about the lightning. They're hoping that everything passes through and we just have a nice, relatively cool afternoon. That's one thing both coaches told us, the head coaches, that it's been a nice week to practice, not too hot, been able to keep the kids focused, and hope that a 77-degree day will suit everybody just fine here this afternoon. Back up to you guys.
Thanks very much, John, and no doubt this practice week has been cooler than many of the other years, and that's got to be a big help in terms of just everybody's mood about the week and everything, too.
It's a lot easier to go out when it's 75 and the humidity's low and get out there. You know, they don't practice too much during the week anyways. They'll do one normal hour and a half and then maybe a little hour walkthrough or something. But, you know, it's these kids are so smart. They know what to do. You basically send them out there and say, here's the game plan, or here's the skeleton, you guys fill it in and go from there, and they're really good at that.
Reed Taubenheim of Fairmont will kick off for the South All-Stars. Chad Johnson, 21, 19, Tyler Beeler waiting back deep here for the North All-Stars, and Tyler Beeler was one of the guys that their head coach Bill Weiss said, you know, kind of stood out this week. The guy can really run. The champion in the sprint events at the state meet in his class, and also, obviously, a good football player. Taubenheim gets a lot of foot into this one, though, and he's going to drive it all the way through the end zone. They don't always necessarily have a guy who's a specialty kicker. And Taubenheim, when they were working out of practice before the week, his holder was telling me, somewhat jokingly, this guy's good enough. Anytime we get over the 50, we're going to take a field goal. And, you know, but it's good to have that in the back of your head that, okay, we can kick the ball if we need to.
Yeah, that was a heck of a kickoff. You know, it's a dead ball when it goes into the end zone. You forget they're still using high school rules because they look like college kids out there right now.
Keaton Studsrud out of Benilde St. Margaret's, the quarterback to start the game for the North All-Stars. Two receivers right, one left. Handoff going up the middle here to Jackson Hull, the 200-pounder out of Matamidi, and Hull, pretty good opening there. Will pick up about 5 on that first down carry. So
that was a nice little gap pushed up the middle there, and they showed a little what we call as hump motion, but you know, ghost motion, whatever they want to call it, and to make the linebacker think a little bit outside, and it came right back up the middle.
South has won the past 2 games after North won the first time that they returned to a North-South format in 2011. 2nd and 5 here from the 25. Studsrud Looks over the middle and batted around and incomplete. In and out of the hands of the tight end Noah McPherson. Looked like it hit him right in the shoulder pad and then was nearly picked off here as well. If the D-back had been able to determine it was going to come right to him, he might have been able to make this catch, but he was zeroing in to make a hit instead. Or linebacker, actually, Jay Ruin dropping back. There you see it caroming off both players.
That was a great seam route there and threw a really nice ball, and you got to come up with that if you can.
So a third down situation here for the North. Studsrud is going to tuck it and try and go for the first down himself, and looks like he'll have it as he just gets out over the 30-yard line. Didn't like what he saw downfield, kept his cool, and able to pick up that first down.
Did a really nice job there to keep the play alive.
Had somebody out of the flat a little bit there, but was looking upfield. Now Studsrud's going to turn and throw it out there to Matt Miller. Miller will lunge forward for nearly 5, brought down by David Franta out of Blue Earth.
Nice little quick play. Looks like they're going a little bit of no huddle here. I know John Young, I think, is calling the plays with Grand Rapids, and he likes an up-tempo style. It's kind of fun to watch instead of huddling up in the All-Star game. And
they'll call it a gain of 4 officially here, so 2nd and 6. Studsrud returns, throws the sideline, hauled in there by Tyler Beeler. He is forced out of bounds by Connor Yupson of Rosemount, but that'll be another first down for the North All-Stars out to about the 43-yard line.
Looks like Studsrud's down a little bit. He got dinged, quarterback.
So Studsrud actually down to a sitting position here, and he is looking like a little worse for the wear after that one. So Michael Herzog might get some early action here. They were going to kind of rotate by series, but you know what? It's a little bit of a fine line, I think, Darren, with you don't want to bring so many players that everybody doesn't get to play enough, but at the same time, you want to have a little bit of depth for injuries too.
It's tough. It's a tough fine there. Like you said, it's a fine line, and you need to have enough guys, enough bodies, but you don't want to have so many guys that you only get a couple reps in the game. And it looks to me like it's maybe like a little bit of hip pointer or something. So let's just hope it's something little, and he can walk it off.
Studsrud helped to his feet, but I guess I would have to guess by an early look that he is probably not looking good to come back in this one, at least right now. So Herzog might get himself quite a bit of work here, the quarterback out of Detroit Lakes.
Michael Herzog from Detroit Lakes.
So Herzog will come on in and get an opportunity to get some earlier action than it looked like he might. First down from the 43. And the ball knocked loose. It's on the turf, and the South's going to have it. Recovered by Franta as the handoff was made there to Jackson Hull, and he was hit immediately and gives it up. And the South All-Stars force a turnover and get a possession in North Territory here at the 35. See, shooting the gap right here. Nice hit initially by Alex Hoffman.
He did a great job. The quarterback actually pulled it here, and he was going to run with it, and then the DN came in and smacked the quarterback too.
Yeah, look at kind of punched the ball out. He was in on both guys.
That was a great play.
Joey Lee quarterbacking for the South All-Stars. He'll give to Anthony Anderson, the big guy out of Eden Prairie, and look at him go, and then he takes a good pop, but not until he'd already picked up some good yardage down just inside to about the 20. That is a load to try and tackle.
He is a one big guy, and he's got some good feet. Did a nice tackle on the edge, too, there.
Anderson listed at 6'3", 237, and he might even be a little bigger than that by now here. So first down from the 20 now for the South All-Stars. Handoff going to the left side, getting to the outside is Torrey Adams, and Adams down inside the 10, down near the 6-yard line in the South. After forcing that turnover, we looked at their offensive line, and Coach Grant was talking about we've got some guys up front that'll move people, and good patient run here by Adams, and it's well blocked. You see he's he's into linebacker territory before anybody has a shot at him there, and eventually brought down by Deion Harris.
Coach Grant was mentioning of the running backs that he had and the stable of them, and he certainly does. A lot of really good players.
Nick Rooney in now at quarterback out of Minnetonka for the South. Little counter play, didn't look super smooth, but they do get the handoff, and carrying it is Jemiah Newell from Lakeville North. Gets it down to about the 5, and push back a little bit. So only about a 1-yard gain. Looked like the timing was just a little bit off there, but they still got the handoff made.
Yeah, it was a little different there, I suppose. It's they're bringing a new quarterback, and you don't see that very often in the middle of a drive like that, but Coach Grant can't really question too many things that he does.
Maybe it's a field position kind of thing. Maybe Rooney's their guy down close to the goal line. And that play's going nowhere. Well read, and Aaron Steidel out of Alexandria comes in and stuffs that one, as Aaron Peterson had no chance. Steidel was one of the guys they kind of said, yeah, he looked pretty good in camp, and he was right there and swallowed this one up immediately. And he wasn't the only guy in position to make a play here either.
That was a great play.
You can see just playing at a fast tempo, he's shedding a block at the same time as he's zeroing in on the ball carrier. Good awareness there too. So a loss of a couple, and looks like we're gonna have our first penalty of the game as a hard count may have drawn the North offside here.
Yeah, that's going to hurt too, because they had him in a passing situation there, and now you're going to give him half the distance, so you have a chance to run the ball here also.
Offside on the defense, number 79.
So push him down inside to about the 3-yard line here, and 3rd and goal coming up for the South All-Stars. Their first drive of the game after forcing a turnover. No score on the board, but South looking to change that here as Rooney company. Rooney looking to throw the fade to the corner, and just a little too high. Trevor Newsom didn't quite have the spacing that he wanted to there, and out over his outside shoulder, and it'll be 4th down coming up. See what South, if they'd be looking to kick or if they're going to go for it. Looks like they're going to go for it. Had one-on-one coverage there, and it looked like there was some room to get it in, but they just weren't exactly on the same page on where that ball would be.
Yep, he had to get rid of that ball just a little bit earlier, hold on to it too long, and you won't get him open in the end zone here. Now it looks like they brought in the big back, 4th down, and maybe pounded at him.
4th and goal, though, from about the 3.5-yard line. That's quite a ways to try and pound it. Now they go fullback instead. Reaching, did he get there? He lunges, and I don't think he quite made it. Going to be a stop for the North All-Stars as Dalton Klaus out of Glencoe Silver Lake. Eventually the ball got to the goal line, but he was kind of crawling forward with it a little bit by that point, as the North All-Stars maybe a bit fooled by the handoff to the fullback, but recovered in time to make a play on him. And there you see, able to keep him clearly out of the end zone there as his lead forearm maybe got to the end zone, but not the ball, that's for sure. And Harris there to help finish him off along with Tristan Ross. So good news for the North, they get a stop. Bad news, they're inside their 1-yard line.
We'll see what they decide to come out with here. It looks like a heavy package, and they're going to hammer it a little bit.
And I think we're going to see a timeout requested by the North All-Stars. Coach Young asking for it, an assistant there, as I don't think they had maybe the right personnel or everything the way they wanted there. So North takes that timeout.
We got to see if Stensrud is, how's he doing? He's
on the sideline still, but I don't know. I think you may be right about hip too, Darren. The way he's working your leg on the sideline and everything too.
It's amazing at the quarterback position that more little things don't happen. It's, to be honest, to make it through a whole season, there's a little bit of luck involved too. Those guys are taking shots, just little ones here and there, but they get a clean shot at you sometimes. And
so it'll be 1st down for the North All-Stars from inside their own 1-yard line here. And here's where you do worry a little bit about ball handling too, even though these are such good players. They haven't had all that much time together, even quarterback center exchange, but also timing on handoffs. Looks like they have triplet of Delano in there at a fullback slot to try and blast open a hole here. He's playing D-line in this game, but he's in there at fullback right now. And it's going to be the quarterback leaning forward, Herzog, a little bit.
Off the bottom of the tile is Lord Hemming, number 69 from Napa Valley. Also there, number 63, Captain Matthew Schmidt from Jackson County Central.
Pickup of a couple on the play, so a second down. I'm going to call it second and a long 7 here for the North All-Stars. This time he will turn and hand it off, and bouncing off tackler staying alive there is Jackson Hull. Looked like they had him stopped initially, but nobody able to wrap him up and drag him to the ground. He's going to be all the way out near the 9-yard line here, so a much better third down situation upcoming now for the North.
Yeah, that was a great run. He bounced off a couple guys here. I thought he was stuck at the 5, but he kept going, and you get that extra 3 yards like that, almost 4. That just is the world of difference, because now you got 3rd and 2 basically.
Stop. You have to wind it
Triplet coming off, getting a hand from some of his teammates for being in there blocking hard. So single back set, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And keeping it and not getting anywhere near the first down is Herzog. Well read by the South defense. And he has met early and met hard. Matthew Schmidt and others there for the South All-Stars. There you look at Schmidt coming from the side and got some help as he finishes him off there as well from Dustin Davis.
Yeah, it is a great play defensively. That's the tough part about when you run that type of offense. You're snapping the ball 5 yards back, and it gives the defense a chance to get up there.
Connor Bolduck out of Matamidi is the punter. He is a punter just here as a punter, and he gets away a pretty decent kick. It goes out of bounds at about the 49-yard line there. So give him a kick of about 42 on that play, but it'll still be great field position for the South.
Yep. Also, we saw during the play is that I believe in the All-Star game you can't rush the punter.
Correct.
So it looked like people were kind of standing up there, and that's just because they have to, which is a great rule. You don't want somebody flying in and taking one off the leg.
Joey Lee back at quarterback here to start the series for the South All-Stars from the 49 of the North. Play action, Lee's pass, and it is complete as he finds Luke Becker out of Fairmont, and that'll be a first down gainer down to about the 36-yard line there. So I'll give him a pickup of 12 or 13 on the play. Looks like about a dozen they'll call it.
Great play action, threw a nice ball, good route.
Ended up with 2 North defenders in basically the same spot, and they threw over them, so obviously not quite exactly where they wanted to be. It looked like initially they had it fairly well covered. It will be a gain of 13. Going to go reverse. Trying to get to the edge here, Isaiah Brower. Brower shakes a tackle, stays on his feet, and then is thrown down hard by Samuel Musa of Fridley, but a nice gainer there for Brower. Initially, it didn't look like all that much was going to happen, but he stayed patient on the play. 5'8", 160, but he doesn't panic when he's closed in on right about here. And looked like they were trying to tackle the ball, and he kept going.
That's a physical play by Musa from Fridley. Nice job here at the end. Chase the ball down, not give up on the play.
Yeah, we got a chance to see Musa in the playoffs against Park Center, and good ball player.
Yep. Played some tailback, didn't he?
Yep. Second down and 6 now for the South. Rooney's back in there, hands off to Anderson. Anderson driving forward will be close to a first down. Of course, Rooney and Anderson, like many of the guys in this game, either on their same team or even on the other team, going against somebody from their own conference, and this time he's handing off. And obviously Eden Prairie has kind of a big target on their back at all times because they've done so well.
Absolutely.
Third and about 1 for the South. The ball.
It was kind of like Rooney kind of fumbled that snap again there. He didn't have a clear-cut exchange. Watch the fullback here. He has been laying some people out as a lead blocker.
Third down and a yard here for the South. And they'll hand it off here to Jemiah Newell, and he gets to the outside, and he is driven out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Let's go down to John Jacobson now. He's got an injury update for us.
Yeah, thanks, Jay. Just an update on Keaton Studsrud, the quarterback for the North from Benilde St. Margaret's. It is a hip injury, as you had mentioned right away. I talked to one of the assistant coaches. He said doubtful on the possibility of him returning tonight. He does have his helmet separate from where he is standing, kind of working that hip, but grimacing as he's doing it. Just last weekend, he played in the All-Star Baseball Series down in Chanhassen.
Yeah, it used to be more common. Now we've had a long history doing both of those games, and you don't see it too much anymore. So congrats to Keaton, get picked for both. Oh, and a hard hit. Has taken that handoff was Torrey Adams, and after about 2 steps, he looked like he ran into a brick wall there. I was surprised he held onto the ball.
Yeah, he got. Yeah, that was a nice hit by number 36 from, I think it's Keelan Porter from Proctor.
Handoff goes to Anderson. Anderson reaving his way into the end zone. Touchdown South, as they will get on the board first. They got stopped inside the 1 last time around, but it forced a punt that gave them good field position, and they take it down for a 49-yard drive, and Anderson works it on in from 8 yards out.
That's just a power back coming at you. A little bit of a lead power, pull the guard and get him through. And you got to get him early at point of attack, or he's going to lean and run for about 5 to 7 yards every time.
Taubenheim on to attempt the extra point here for the South. Nearly blocked, and his kick is up, and it's good. And it looked like they ran into him there. No call. Luke Kelvington diving at his feet there and almost got the block, but instead will be good on the extra point.
Nice little run. He weaved his way, and he really didn't get touched till the goal line. And that's not a good mix if that's happening. Great block, lead block.
You're right. He's got a good combination of pretty good footwork at that size too. I got to think. I mean, I guess it goes without saying for any back, but the more you can get to him before he really gets in gear, the much better chance you're going to have to be able to get a tackle on him. Once he gets a little head of steam going, I don't think there are a lot of guys who are that eager to stick their head in there with that.
You're going to have to do some gang tackling and come on top and go low on him, otherwise it's going to be a long day for the North defense.
Taubenheim kicking off here for the South. He was able to knock one out of the end zone on his first kickoff.
Sun comes out here at beautiful Collegeville. I never thought it rained up here at St. John's.
So asking, of course, for those that don't know, Coach Lamker played at Augsburg, obviously, against these guys, and you have some pretty good battles with them over the years.
It was a lot of fun. We never actually won up here in Collegeville. We beat them at home one time. Here we won the conference title, but not too many teams beat St. John's back in the day.
Taubenheim's kick's another good one, but this one will be returnable. And chopped down. Franta making the stop on Tyler Beeler as he took his legs out from the side there, and he'll get the return out to short of the 20-yard line, so not what they would have had, but there you get a look.
Nice play. Franta came off the edge there. That was a really nice play. Is that Stensrud going back in the game?
No, that's Herzog.
Herzog, there we go.
Let's go down to the field level now. John Jacobson with the first touchdown maker of the game.
Of Eden Prairie and Anthony, congratulations on the touchdown. What's it like to get out on top here?
It feels good, just to start off strong and to show them that Southside's ready to play today.
Talk about playing in an all-star situation like this. What's this week been like for you?
It's been very exciting and humbling because it's just shown how we can represent our cities and for our state, Minnesota, and just coming out and playing hard and having fun.
Iowa Western next year. You excited for next year and for college?
Yes, sir. I'm very excited. Ready to just be better at my position, just be better at life.
Congratulations on the first TD. Good luck the rest of the day.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Jay and Darren, back up to you.
Thanks very much, John. A completion that nearly got him a first down there. Herzog Now working a 2nd and 1 for the North All-Stars as we go under 3 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Herzog keeping it himself and got bent back a little bit, but he will pick up the first down out over the 30-yard line. He was looking to take on Isaac Weber there, but then Weber got some help and they wrapped him up, brought him down pretty hard. You know, you wonder a little bit now with Studzard being hurt, does that change how much Herzog wants to run or anything in this game?
Yeah, I don't know what the offensive game plan is. So maybe you can't change it if that's what you've been practicing all week. But you got to think about that a little bit. Otherwise, we're going to have a receiver going to quarterback here shortly.
First down from the 30. Herzog faking to the left, now to the right, running it. Oh, and he just escapes a sack there. It looked like they were going to have him maybe wrapped up there as Clayton Burton out of Minneapolis Washburn looked like he had him zeroed. I think this is one of the things that's really good for these guys to see, too, in an all-star game. I mean, let's face it, probably most of the time during his regular season, Burton's expecting to catch that quarterback and have the sack. And then you find out just a little bit more speed, a little bit more size across the board at all these positions.
Everybody's just a step faster. It's just like when you go to college. So he had an open receiver there, and I think he was trying to go deep with it, but there was a guy in the middle open.
Second down here from the 32. Handing it off here to Adam Essler. And what a block downfield. Brady Youngberg out of Barnum finishing off on a smaller guy and planting him on the turf.
Yeah, that was a nice play, but he runs really hard. That was Adam Essler, wasn't it, number 23?
Yep. I
really like him. He sticks his beak in there and not afraid. That was the first time I got to hear Anthony Anderson speak from Eden Prairie, and what a great young man. He seemed very poised and confident, and it was that was nice to hear.
Third down and 3 here for the North Stars now. Fakes a handoff. Herzog keeps it, and he's got a lot of room up the middle, and Herzog will have the first down out to the 49. Definitely had some of the defenders fooled there as they went with Essler. And right away you could see well blocked as they had two guys going after the fake man there.
That was a nice play. Pulled it at the right time. And
so first down just shy of midfield here. This time he's going to give it to Essler. Essler wrapped up from behind, and he'll have only about a yard as he put a little stutter step on the guy that was coming toward him, but he didn't see Lord Hymang from Apple Valley coming, and he quickly got to him and lowered the boom. And should mention that obviously a lot of fans who are familiar with the All-Star Game over the years, you're seeing guys, you look at the helmets and go, hey, what's the deal there? They bring stickers and logos from their own schools and pass them out, and everybody adds them to their own helmet. It's been a long time tradition in the All-Star Game, and definitely a cool look. Here's Herzog, play action, looking over the middle, tipped in the air, and it is intercepted. Sam Fenske with the pick. Fenske trying to get away. Matt Juneau wrestles him to the turf, but it'll be another turnover here as Fenske takes the deflected ball. He's out of Owatonna High School and able to stay with the carom there as they were looking downfield.
Yeah, I didn't see exactly what he was looking at there, and he had a lot of time. Yeah, he just overshot him across the middle there. He was open coming.
And Fenske, if it had been able to get away from Juneau, might have had some room to run.
And that was I think to me, the key part. The interception is big, obviously the turnover, but that put him, he gets away from that, he might get to midfield. Juneau made a great play there, and, he's a big guy to make a nice play to D-back there.
Rooney, the quarterback, play action. Rooney slips a little bit as he sets up, but he still delivered a strike, and it'll be a first down gainer there for the South as he hits Calvin Muskins out of Chaska.
They are setting it up. They're going to pump fake that sometime and go deep. They've completed that ball twice. That's a nice play. First down play action.
40 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Been a pretty good quarter for the South. They lead it by a score of 7-0. North's had its moments too, but a couple turnovers not helping their cause. Rooney handing it off. Stumbling his way forward out to the 40-yard line is Aaron Peterson, another Owatonna product.
There's a great block by number 62, Isaiah Minich there. If they show that again, he rode his guy and buried him all the way through. Minich.
So give him about 7. 2nd and 3. Looks like that might do it for our first quarter play, and indeed it does. So we have played 1 quarter here at Clemens Stadium, Collegeville, St. John's University. The MFCA Tackle Cancer All-Star Game. It is 7-0 South. We'll have more football for you here coming up on 12 Sports.
A Brooklyn Park church received some unwelcome visitors this past weekend.
Volunteers really do have their work cut out for them. They'll be inspecting 23,000 residential lots and city boulevards.
The problem began when the railroad decided to increase the train's speed. In the process, they had to raise a portion of the track over here.
Fire crews got a call around 4 Friday morning from a passerby alerting them to a deck fire.
This time, little lob for Winnicky, trying to go up and get it. Touchdown!
Welcome back to Collegeville. One of the neat things they have associated with the All-Star Game each year is an honorary coach. And the honorary coach for the North All-Stars this year, Con Natvig, who was the head coach for Swanville for 34 years. And now in his 49th year of coaching, you're going to be assisting at Browerville again this year, aren't you?
Yes, I am. It's great. I love being an assistant after being a head for 34 years. You don't have to worry about a lot.
Talk about your years at Swanville. What was a highlight for you during all those years? You went over 200 games, appearance in the Prep Bowl final one year.
Oh, I think in the middle 80s. We went to the state tournament 3 out of 4 years. Got to the state semifinals in 87 and had a lot of great kids. And every year was a great year.
What's this week been like for you?
Well, it's been fantastic. You know, most of the time the honorary coach, they're not coaching. Well, I'm still coaching. So this has been like a week-long coaching clinic for me to watch these great coaches coach and these great players practice. It's been fantastic.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
On that big pride of Ada, Minnesota, the North honorary coach. Back up to you guys.
Thanks, John, and I agree. It's a great thing for some of the older coaches who've been around a long time, and as he said, not many of them, back into coaching like this, but a great thing to recognize the guys that have helped pave the way, and a guy like George Stoll from Stillwater's here working with his staff, and I think it's a great thing to get the wisdom of some of the older guys and mix in with some of the younger guys too.
Absolutely, just shows you what a good coach he was. He says he's still learning things, and he's been doing it for a long time.
First down here for the South. Lee rolling to his right, has a man wide open, and it's Luke Becker. Becker spinning between tacklers, and he'll be brought down at about the 13-yard line, for the South All-Stars. And play action had him wide open this time.
The North thought South had jumped off sides, but
yeah, it was a disjointed. Well, in fact, it looks like we do have a flag back. Yep, we're going to bring it back. So they were maybe right after all. I was going to say, it seemed as though not everybody started play.
Illegal formation.
Yeah, legal formation is what it'll end up being. So that's a killer.
I didn't see that. I don't know if the tight end was covered up or what they had there.
So that a little bit of a you can attribute to somewhat to being new with a system here. Somebody still probably shouldn't happen, but handoff here going to Anderson. And his stiff arm from Anderson. Now he reverses direction, comes back the other way, gets a block. Anderson shrugs off another tackler. Look at him go. Down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. An impressive run for Anthony Anderson. Doesn't often work out that well when you end up stopping and going the other way, but it sure did here. Just a couple stiff arms. He's pushing his little brother out of the way or something there. No offense to the defender there, but
no. But that is just a, you don't want to say man of my voice, but he is just a big back, pretty physical. He got a great block down there. I think from the south, one of the receivers or quarterbacks came back and got a nice little block.
Well, and it does show that you can't give up on a play when you're blocking either, because if he hadn't peeled back and made a couple of those blocks, that one might not have worked out nearly as well as it did. Handoff out to the left side. This one's going nowhere. We got a flag on the play as well, as they strung that one out right away. Torrey Adams had no shot. See what this flag it will be. I suspect from where it came, you think maybe a hold or something on an edge block there.
That's what I would assume on the outside there. I know Coach Grant's not too fond of some of those calls, but we'll have to see what happened here.
Holding, number 46 on the offense.
So indeed it is a hold, and see right there, yeah, that's what I thought on the edge. You don't quite have an angle, and you're still wanting to make a block.
He did a nice job. He wouldn't have maybe taken him to the ground there. Might have got away with it.
Rooney dropping to throw. Down the sideline he goes, has a man, and they'll have it inside the 10 as he hits Trevor Nissen bold.
I got to think that was some type of broken coverage here.
Yeah, the safety Anglican comes over, but time to wait for that ball too for Nissen, and he's able to make the play down to the 8. See, Rooney was getting a little bit of pressure, but overall, I think you're right. There's a little bit of a mix-up on coverage. So first down and goal to go from the 8 here for the South All-Stars. Handoff going to Newell. And Newell, hard work to get just about back to the line of scrimmage, and losing his lid there. Mason Olson of Becker in on the stop there, along with Strand out of Barnesville.
It's tough to dance against these guys. You know, you're going to have to pick a hole and stick with it, because they're going to chase you down.
Unless you're Anderson.
Unless you're Anderson, you're pushing people away.
And Olson, he came right off the field. Made me think he might have had a little issue with the helmet, chin strap or something. He knew that he needed to get that taken care of, and wisely went right off the field. Second down from the 8-yard line. Goal to go here for the South. Lee handing it off again, and again, not much room there, as Newell took the handoff and met early. Austin Clavercamp out of St. Cloud Tech was there waiting for him. Clavercamp was one of those guys that Coach Weiss said had impressed him throughout the week as well. The orange tee is his own, the Tech Tigers logo there, and then he's added a lot to it, and you see pretty well unblocked there, and he just broke down nicely and made the tackle. So a short loss on the play. Make that third down and goal from the 9 now for the South All-Stars. Rooney might be changing up here, and I think they're going to use a timeout. He looked like he was turning to communicate with one of his backs there, and so they weren't all quite on the same page. And almost looked like maybe Coach Grant was saying, I'm not sure who, I didn't ask for a timeout, who did? But in any case, they're, you want to win and you take it somewhat seriously, but I think the guys, everybody from the coaches on down, you realize too, it is an all-star game, nothing to really get too cranked up about in something like that.
Absolutely. I mean, you obviously, when you step on the field and anything you do, you want to compete and play well and win eventually at the end. But you have to understand too the situation and what's going on. And this is an all-star game, and it's a showcase of players, but also for the coaches too. They understand that.
One of the big talks, of course, Darren, has been going to what's now being called district scheduling. Give me your thoughts on that.
Well, basically the reason they ended up doing it is, and the theory's correct, is teams like Wayzata and Minnetonka and Eden Prairie sometimes are traveling to Illinois to play a game, and to have high school kids do that on a Friday night, that's not right. Whatever the situation. However that came about, that they didn't get games. So, they did a nice job of scheduling teams now that won't happen. They'll have enough teams to play, and hopefully geographically that'll help.
3rd and goal here for the South. Rooney rolling to his left. Looking now, floats it out there, and catch made, but I don't think he's in. Adams made the grab, but he was up in the air and knocked out of bounds immediately, so he will have the completion but will not have the touchdown. It'll be 4th and goal inside the 1-yard line, looks like, for the South. He wanted him early there, and then there you see, floated it over. Nice catch. Got that 1 foot just barely in bounds before Carter Teal out of Wheaton Herman Norcross knocked him out. So probably not too hard a decision here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and goal. And what do we have? A timeout? Yes, the North team, the defense, is going to call this timeout right here. So they will get things gathered here before this 4th down and 1 type of play.
I thought we'd see big Anderson come back in to try to plow one in here. We'll still see if that happens.
Yeah, it's certainly a possibility. And, you wonder a little bit, too, if you're, the fact that it is an all-star game, you maybe, if you were playing ultimately just to win, you might do that a little bit more, but you might say we're going to stick with our rotation anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, you used to have a rotation, and everybody wants to get in the end zone. So if you can get a chance, Anderson's already got one. If you can get a chance to get somebody else in, that's it's kind of a good thing to do also.
Now, if this is 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, I think he's probably in there for sure.
Absolutely, he'd be in there.
41 consecutive years. One of many good things that is done by the Minnesota Football Coaches Association.
How involved are the coaches in selecting these teams?
Well, what you do is you nominate a player or two or whatever you feel is a kid quality to play in this, and then it goes to the Coaches Association, a group of 8 or 9 coaches who are on a board, and I believe Dave Nelson from Minnetonka kind of heads a lot of that, and they get together and figure out who makes it and who doesn't, and there's got to be other things, factors, grades, and things like that also, and good kids. We do have Anderson back in. Coach Grant, he likes to win, and I would assume he's going to get it up the stump here. Oh, no, they went with...
Rooney will go on the sneak and easily pushing in. That O-line, the middle, got a good surge, and Rooney just laying in behind him and easily scores the touchdown. So the South All-Stars will go up 13-0.
Yeah, that could have been a 5-yard sneak with the push they had there. I didn't know you could rush the kicker. I guess you can in this, because last time the North came off the edge and almost got a piece of it.
Taubenheim on for the extra point kick here for the South, and he is able to knock that one through again. So 14-0 lead for the South as Rooney scores. 8:49 to play here in the 2nd quarter.
As a former quarterback, I always get a chuckle out of that when they say Rooney with a touchdown run. Well, that as a quarterback there, that's the O-line that did that for you. You just fell forward. So you can't take too much credit when you get a 1-yard sneak as a quarterback.
So South All-Stars overcoming that pretty big penalty on that drive and got a couple of nice completions, couple nice runs. The Anderson run, the completion down there to Nissen, and looking pretty solid so far here as they try to win for the 3rd straight season in this game.
The North's going to have to try to get something going here, and they had some completions early on, so I'm wondering if they'll go back to the air a little bit and try to use some of those kids out wide.
Johnson and Beeler again waiting back deep here for the North team. Taubenheim put it into the end zone both times, going the other way. See what you do here into the wind. Still pretty good kick. Beeler will take it about a yard deep. Trying to get to the outside. Well pursued, though, and down he goes. They stayed with him, too. They didn't lose contain at all on the edge. Jake Wendland ends up making the tackle.
I know probably during the year he could probably get outside and make some plays happen, but not with this speed and athleticism of the All-Stars. It's a little more like college. You got to stay to the blocks and stay true, and eventually you might pop one.
He will get that ball just to the 6-yard line. So great kick coverage and a good high kick. It was deep too. That's a weapon to have when you've got a good kicker. So Herzog and the North team once again pinned back deep in their own territory here. Hand off and off left side. Hull with the carry. Let's go down to the field and John Jacobson.
Thanks, Jay. You guys have talked a lot about the offensive line play, and one of the offensive linemen here for the South, Sam Stoll from Casson Manorville, joining me. And Sam, offensive line play is so much about continuity and playing with guys together. You don't have that situation in All-Star Week. How do you guys do it?
We got good coaches. Everybody's really smart. We're all good. We all paid attention, and, we're really meshing well, and it's working out for us.
What is this like for you? This is your last game of high school football. You're going to the University of Iowa, but as a wrestler.
Yeah, I ended my season on a loss. I ended my career at Casson on a loss. So, look to come out of here with a win. It's been a great week, and, it's all about having fun now.
How much have you enjoyed getting to meet other guys from different parts of the state that maybe you've heard of but never played with before?
I've enjoyed it a lot. This is top guys in Minnesota, and it's fun to see what we can produce, and it's it's fun to get after it.
Sam, good luck with the rest of the game.
Thanks a lot.
Sam Stoll, Casson Manorville High School. Again, we'll go to the University of Iowa, but as a wrestler. Back up to you guys.
Thanks very much, John. And obviously fans who know wrestling, that's about as good as it gets.
Yes.
One of the better programs in the country, along with the University of Minnesota now as well. Herzog from his end zone, throwing it up for grabs. And, boy, that one almost picked off. Connor Jepsen had good coverage out there for the South. And the North team is going to be forced to kick it away here. As good coverage here. He figured, well, it's 3rd and long. I'm going to take a chance, let my receiver make a play here, and nearly picked off.
Oh, yeah. Jepsen had a great year this year for Rosemont. And they made the state final, and they're going to be just as good next year.
Bolduc will kick out of the end zone again. He cannot be rushed here, so chance to get away a kick. And Becker is going to watch this one take a big high hop and comes right to him on the 44. Becker up the sideline. Didn't seem like there was that much room, but he got a block or two and all of a sudden made a great return out of it. Down inside the 30-yard line of the North at about the 28. So initially it looked like maybe they were playing a little too deep, but he got just the ideal hop here, got a chance to get going.
Got a nice little block by Jepsen.
And as nice as those blocks were, you have to kind of say the North gave up that edge a little too much. Nobody really funneling him back away from the sideline at all.
Yeah, it's tough when you can't rush, so I don't think you make a release till the punt's kicked, it's punted. They didn't cover it very well from that side.
South looking to build on a 14-0 lead, nearing the halfway point of the second quarter. Lee is at quarterback here for the South. And he will hand it off here to Peterson. Peterson will pick up a couple. Olsen on the stop for the North All-Stars here. I think for them, getting a stop here is kind of almost a must here. Obviously we still got a lot of football to go, but I don't think you want to fall behind by 3 scores here in this first half.
No, you're going to have to come up with something, and somebody's got to make a play here to keep them out of the end zone or try to attempt a field goal if you can.
Lee handing it off to Newell, and Newell tripped up inside the 25-yard line there.
fullback again had a decent block. It almost looked like it was a half a tackle, but he got called on it earlier, but he did a nice job at the point of attack to eliminate that outside linebacker.
3rd and 5 coming up from the 23-yard line here now for the South All-Stars as the sun comes back out full here.
And John's probably a lot happier down there now with the sun coming out and staying a little drier.
Yeah, it's been changing a lot here. We had a lot of rain, or brief period of heavy rain. Anyway, it was very brief and a nice gainer here. They'll have the first down and plenty more as Torrey Adams working his way through. But again, that O-line, as much you're looking for a story of the game so far, the South O-line might be right up there near the top of your headlines.
Yeah, they've got some guys on some roller skates up there. They're moving them back a few times. Doing a really nice job up front.
So it'll be first down as Rooney comes back in to run the show for the South All-Stars from the 12-yard line of the North. Play action, Rooney dumping it off, complete, and in for the touchdown. Matt Christensen out of Nicollet. Boy, he had a couple receivers he could have gone to there, and he went to the tight end and able to fight his way in. 6'3", 240. You knew that if he had a little momentum, it was going to be hard to stop him there, and he's able to power in for the score.
Does a nice play action. It's all set up because you're running the ball. When you're hammering it, and play action is a lot better when they got to worry about the run.
Taubenheim on to kick the extra point again here for the South All-Stars. Good snap and hold, and his kick is up and good. And so with 5:26 to play in the first half, the South All-Stars opening up a 21-0 lead as we get another look at this one. I like that execution, Darren. They look like they've been at it for a while with that play.
Oh yeah, that was a nice little play action rollout, and it was almost more of a bootleg without a blocker, and it was read well. I know Rooney had his choice of either receiver, but he elected to go to the big tight end, which was a good decision.
Obviously, the high school game has gone, a little more pass heavy than it probably used to be, and I think tight ends has kind of become that unsung weapon that a lot of people didn't used to use all that much in the passing game, but that's certainly been changing.
Yeah, some of the guys in the NFL, they've Tony Gonzalez and some tight ends have really kind of paved the way for. It used to be a big blocker, and now it's an athletic guy that has a little bit of size on him, but also can catch the ball and run. And if you can get that matched up on a linebacker in the middle of the field, that's a really good weapon to have.
Well, and a guy from right in our part of town, Matt Juneau, in this game here, he played some offensive line and some tight end for the Rebels, and he's out there, and my gosh, in practice he looked enormous out there running pass patterns. Another good kick by Taubenheim. This one will be taken out of the end zone by Johnson, and Johnson spins his way out over the 15, and let's go down to John on the sideline.
Thanks, Jay. With Matt Christensen out of Nicollet who scored the touchdown, talk about the play.
Well, it's a design pass play, kind of fake it out, kind of drag across the middle, hopefully check down receiver. Looks like our outside receiver was covered, so check down to me. Good pass from our quarterback from Minnetonka, and just caught it and tried to truck it in.
Both the North and the South All-Star teams, a mix of small-town guys and big city guys. What's this been like for you?
It's been a really, truly great experience. Getting to know some kids from 5A, me from being 9-man. Went small school here, so kind of the talent levels. It's just see all the different kids. It's truly surreal, something you'll never forget.
We always talk about having fun at an all-star game. How important is winning for you guys today? Maybe more fun when you're up 21-0, right?
Yeah, it makes it a little easier to kind of just relax a little bit, kind of just play the game, just get out there and have fun. You don't have to worry about trying to come back. So hopefully we can keep going in the second half.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you very much.
Matt Christensen out of Nicollet High School will play football next year at the University of St. Thomas.
Thanks very much, Matt and John. And a very short gain for the North on first down, 2nd down and 9 coming up as they've got their work cut out. Michael Herzog, the quarterback, and again, looks like he's probably going to go the rest of the way. Keaton Studsrud out of Middle St. Margaret's injured early in the game. Goes with the handoff here to Adam Essler on the carry. And a little bit of a pickup there, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down and long. You don't want to be panicking here, Darren, but at the same time, we got to find something that we can get established.
Well, I think they're a little bit in a rock and a hard place right now because you can't come out and throw the ball 3 times in a row there because your defense is dead tired, and they've been just getting run over for a while. So I think he's trying to find a mix of be able to chew some clock and maybe get a 1st down and try to stay on the ground a little bit. But now in 3rd and long, you're probably going to have to throw it here.
Carlton Jam coming in motion. Herzog throwing, and he was hit as he threw, and his pass ends up well behind its intended target, Matt Miller. And they will be forced to punt the ball again, it looks like here. Field position has definitely not been in their favor all game, but that's been largely because of things that the South has done, too.
The South's got a tough defense, and, they had a nice drive at the start, the North did, and completed some short passes and did some things like that. And it's tough to have a long play drawn out when there's such a good, fast, skilled defense. You got to hit them quick with a few quick ones and try to get some things going and some yards after the catch.
Bolduc with the kick. Becker takes it at the 32-yard line and again has a little room to work with. Nice tackle though running up. Jackson Hull zeroed in on him and brought him down. Good one-on-one open field tackle there, although still, again, pretty decent field position. 3:47 to go in the half, and they've got a couple timeouts remaining. The South going to probably keep the foot on the gas pedal here in an all-star game. There's no reason not to.
Yeah, absolutely. You never rest here. You just keep going and let the kids play and do what you do, and you can't worry about the other team. A longtime coach from Wayzata, Roger Lapelt, one time told me, don't worry about what the other team's doing, worry about your team. And it's true. You have to, concentrate on your guys.
Lee play action here as all day, and he's going to run it. Gets a great block out at midfield and then trots out of bounds. So Dalton Klaus, running back there, lining up a defender and knocking him out of the way to make things even easier for Lee on that one. Will be short of the 1st down, but he gets about 7 inside the North Territory at the 49-yard line here.
Mike's doing a nice job of, pretty simple, easy plays, some lead, some outside zone stuff, and some play action, and the kids are responding really well. The North might need a little more time to settle in. They're doing a few more things on offense that are a little more tricky, so maybe in the second half they'll settle down and figure it out.
Yeah, obviously in all-star situations, it isn't that unusual to see things change quite a bit as different players, groups come in series to series.
Great tackle right there.
Boy, I'll say short of the 1st down, but wouldn't have been if it weren't for Brian Tierney out of Mount West Tonka. He comes up and makes an excellent stop here on Torrey Adams.
Great tackle.
So we'll leave them with 3rd down and a long yard to go here. 3:10 to play in this 1st half. The South All-Stars in command at 21-0. Some rules could possibly help the North get back into it. We'll get into that a little bit later. And going to Klaus, and I don't know. There's a flag coming in right at the end of this play, which I think the North might have had a stop, but it might go for naught because I would have to guess this could be a face mask or something similar, as the flag was thrown by the referee right at the end of the play, right at the point of tackle there.
They made a nice play to wrap up Klaus there. It's a big boy.
Face mask, number 24, defense. 1st down.
So it is indeed going to be a 1st down via penalty here as watch Klaus get stacked up. They're going to get 24 on the face mask there. He let go pretty quickly there.
I don't know about that one. That's a tough call to make here in the All-Star game, but maybe he saw it.
Had his hand on it for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if he really gripped it, but enough to call it. So
that could be a crucial penalty here too if they can go in and get one.
At the 44, 1st down for the South. 2:40 to play in the 1st half. Rooney bobbled a little bit, but still gets that pass out there in the flat to Trevor Nissen. And he takes a hard hit, and that one fires up the North bench as it happened right over in front of them. Lined him up and drove him down there, Kelvington. You see Kelvington getting him low, and then some help from The other guys coming, Messman, I think, got probably the hardest part of that shot after Kelvington had gotten him around the leg.
He kind of fumbled another snap there when he did. It's bobbling a few of those.
Lee back in there now for the South. Takes the handoff. Lee going to flip it out there in the flat to Klaus. Ran through the first tackler like he wasn't there, and he picks up the first down. Well, we've talked a lot about Anderson being tough to bring down. So is Dalton Klaus. And I would have to think that tackling is something that you would expect to maybe be a little bit off when, let's face it, these guys, as good as they are, haven't played much football lately, and that one was a little trying to shoulder block him down a bit there, but you know, obviously they're not tackling during this week. So getting back into actually hitting somebody and wrapping them up, I wouldn't be terribly surprised if it was a little off today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's something you got to practice and keep doing. And you know, a lot of it too is you know, some guts and some willpower, and just you got to make a play sometime. And you know, the theory is you try to make corners make tackles and have linebackers play coverage. So if you can set that up, it's a pretty good offensive scheme.
2nd and 6 coming, 1:15 to go. Go with the toss out to Newell, and Newell cutting back the other way now. Stays on his feet inside the 25 and ridden down hard there by Josh Satars out of Totino Grace. Another entertaining play there, and they are going to be just short of the first down.
That fullback Klaus got smacked by, I didn't see who came up there. Was it number 3, I want to say maybe? Tyler Ross came up maybe and smacked the fullback here. Boom. Wow.
Yeah, Tristan Ross.
Yeah,
Ross. Falls, yeah.
That's how you take on a lead back and knock him back. It's too bad his teammates weren't there with him, because that is a great fullback play. Klaus got his belt on there a little bit too.
Yeah, it looks like they're tending to him right now. So it will be a 3rd down coming up for the South All-Stars. 42 seconds to play in our opening half, and Klaus making his way to the sideline. And obviously there's been lots of talk and lots of concern about concussions here, and that's something that they're going to take a look at, I'm sure, with him on that one, because he definitely got hit up high and hard as Ross came in there to kind of break up that lead block.
I've seen Ross come on a few plays like a missile back there. He has made some plays.
So 3rd down here. They still got 2 timeouts remaining as the clock now winds, and probably going to try and get this first down and then maybe take a timeout. Rooney looking downfield. He's going to tuck it and go. Rooney weaving back to the left side and thrown down up high there by Deion Harris. And then a quick timeout taken by the South All-Stars, as you'll have it down to about the 15, a first down, but only 21 seconds to go. So this one took some time.
And I don't know how many timeouts does the South have left?
Now 1. Yeah.
Now 1 left, right? Okay.
Yeah, it does stop for the first down there, but I still think that's a good move to take that timeout. You're getting so low in the time that I don't think you can afford to rush up there and try and do something there.
Yeah, that's good. 2 timeouts left. If you didn't have if you had 1 left, then maybe not. But if you have 2, it's a good timeout there. Regroup and maybe take 3 shots here at the end zone, if you can. If not, settle for a field goal, because it's definitely enough time to get 3 plays off.
And keep in mind, as we said, they do have a kicking specialist in Taubenheim, which sometimes can be an adventure in all-star situations, but it certainly looks like they have plenty of confidence in him.
He has got a leg on him. This is a couple, 2 or 3 huge downs for the North. They need to really get a stop here.
Steidel, one of the guys hoping to help make that happen here, as he's trying to get some pressure on, at least on Lee or Rooney when they're in there. Lee is going to be the quarterback here, working out of the shotgun from the 15. Pump fake, now wants to set up a little screen, and Satars comes in and blows that up. Newell caught it, but he is blasted immediately by Satars out of Totino Grace, and there'll be another timeout called here. Sometimes these look better when you draw them up, but nobody told Satars that he wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah, and that's a tough play with that time on the clock, because you're forced to call a timeout if you don't get something big. It's kind of you're going taking a shot basically there.
Oh, you see, he snuck right between two blockers there, and he read that play and got there before they could turn and set. It was set up pretty well if it wasn't for the fact that they missed him.
Yeah, that was. It looked to be set up pretty well.
Of course, you had couple pretty good meetings with Totino Grace this year, and turned into a little bit of a football rivalry, I would guess.
Yeah, it has. The last few years, we've got a chance to go against them for the conference title week 8 the last 2 years, and they won one and we won one, and then we got matched up in the state tournament with them, and it was a great game. And I guess some head coach decided to go for 2 points, and the Osseo team did not get it, but it was a great experience for our team and our community just to be down in the Dome for one of the last games ever.
So 2nd down and 12, only 11 seconds to go. So this, they may have just one more snap and then maybe looking field goal if they don't get it here. Throw into the end zone, batted up in the air, diving try, but they're not going to be able to get it. Dion Harris broke that one up, and then it hung in the air, tantalizing there for a little bit, but couldn't quite get to that carom. So probably a field goal try coming up here. It looks like Taubenheim is on the field. Nice break up there, and then a diving try. Sattar just got his fingertips on, but it was just too far away from him to be able to come up with it.
This will be the last play of the half, and 24 points is a big number to overcome.
Taubenheim will try from 34 yards out. Lee is his holder. Here's his kick. He has plenty of leg, but he misses it wide. And so we will reach halftime here with the South All-Stars a near miss at the end, but still they've got the only points of the first half, leading it by a score of 21-0. And just, in all phases, they've done a solid job here today, Darren.
Yeah, that's a great half for the South All-Stars. I don't think Coach Grant could have drew it up much better. Pound the ball, and then use some really nice play action to make some things happen with the passing game. And defense opportunity, took a couple turnovers, had a nice interception and fumble recovery, and got themselves set up.
You're watching the Minnesota Football Coaches Association Tackle Cancer All-Star football game here. The South All-Stars leading the North by a score of 21-0. Weather had been holding out so far, which is certainly something that we were hoping for, and trying to slide through this one. And first time here at St. John's for the game. They've been training up here the last few years and then playing the game at St. Cloud State. And now this year with St. Cloud State, and I believe it's some field work, new turf reinstalled or something that has us over here. But either way, a great venue, and obviously not very far apart from St. Cloud, kind of in the middle part of the state. So we'll go down to field level now, and John Jacobson.
Thanks, Jay and Darren, with Mike Grant, head coach of the South. Your team up 21-0. Talk about the coaching and the play and everything that's gone well for you in the first half.
Well, right, our kids have executed really well. I thought our quarterbacks have played well, but then defensively, we've, got the 2 turnovers and opportunistic, that way, and we could have got another one here, but we'll get the ball here to start the second half and hopefully put one in.
What's been better, the offense or the defense? You've been playing well on both sides of the ball, like you said.
I think you're right. I think they've played well. The kids are excited to play. They've kind of become really good friends during the week, and they're excited for each other as they make big plays.
We talked to a couple of the players in that first half, what this week has been like for them. You've coached in this game before, and the second time around as a head coach. What's it like for you and your staff?
We try to make it as fun as we can, and the kids got to know that it's about them and not about us, and about just having fun and developing relationships. And I think our kids embrace that. And it's been a great week. And even we got to know the North team and North coach as well. So it hasn't been like a bitter rivalry. It's been fun to be around the North staff and and then also the kids from the north, team.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck the rest of the game.
Thank you.
Mike Grant, head coach of Eden Prairie. Great success for him over the years with the Eagles, state champions again this past fall, and right now his team looking very strong, up 21-0 on the North All-Stars at halftime. We'll take a break, come back, first half highlights, and then the second half of play. You're watching the high school All-Star football game from St. John's University in Collegeville, and it returns on 12 Sports after this.
Hi, I'm here to tell you about a new medical website designed especially for older folks. Website, you say? I can't work on computers. They're not senior friendly, blah, blah, blah. But the National Institutes of Health fixed all that. Now you can make the type bigger, increase contrast, even make it talk to you.
Arthritis.
Just go to NIHseniorhealth.gov and get the best medical information available anywhere. NIHseniorhealth.gov. Built with you in mind.
And welcome back here to St. John's. Halftime of the Minnesota Football Coaches Association Tackle Cancer All-Star Game. 21-0 South as we check out some first half highlights from this one. And as you see by the score, mostly South. We get started with a touchdown from Anthony Anderson, an 8-yard run. 2:41 to go in the opening quarter, and they took a 7-0 lead. And really a better second quarter for the South All-Stars. This late in the first, an interception, a ball tipped into the air and then picked off there by Sam Kvinsky, wrestled down there, but and as we change ends for the second quarter, Anderson, this was a great run. Stiff arm, cuts his way back, to a couple of good blocks, including one right there, and then Anderson, another stiff arm, and downfield he goes all the way inside the 25-yard line for the South. Rooney working play action here and then flips the pass just short of the goal line there, hauled in by Torrey Adams, but it set up a quarterback sneak as the offensive line, and Rooney falls in line behind him and gets in, and then another one late in the half, leading it to Matt Christensen, the tight end out of Nicollet, and he was able to fight his way in for the score with about 5.5 minutes to go in that first half. South All-Stars leading this one by the score of 21-0. We'll come back with more football action here and hear from North coach Bill Weiss, as well as get into our second half of football here. The South leading at 21-0 on 12 Sports.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
E-File. Get receipt confirmation and a quicker refund. Log on or tell your tax preparer to e-file for you and join the 53 million e-filers who consider it done.
Welcome back to Collegeville, the high school all-star football game with North head coach Bill Weiss of Chisago Lakes. And Bill, what miracle speeches did you give there at halftime?
You know, we just got to execute. We didn't have the field possession in our favor, and we had a turnover. Those are always killers. So it's about field position, and we just got to go out. This first drive is going to be important that we stop them, and if we can get a score on offense, we'll be set, and we can use some of those special all-star rules to get the ball back again. And so we can cut it, get our offense going and cut it to a score, which we can quickly do. We're in great shape.
It's an all-star game, but it's still football, and guys want to win. How much intensity is there in that locker room? These guys wanted to play better in the second half.
Oh, there is a lot. I mean, our guys take a lot of pride in what they do, as does the South, and we want to get after it. And I think we showed some physicality on that last drive down there, and our defense wants to pick up right where we left off.
What's this week been like for you?
It's been a lot of fun working with great coaches, both on my side and the South side. It's been like a week-long coaching clinic, and working with great players. It's been a pleasure to work with the talent that we were given.
Good luck in the second half, Coach.
Thank you.
Bill Weiss, head coach of the North All-Stars. Jay and Darren, back up to you.
Thanks, John. And the rules that Coach was referring to is if a team scores and is still behind by 10 or more points, they may then receive the ensuing kickoff. And this may be only used twice and not twice in a row. But so he's thinking, okay, if we get the ball, we can score, and then we can get the kickoff again. It's a way to keep some interest in the game and, maybe tighten up a lopsided game. Very rarely does it really come into play a lot, but we have seen it a couple times over the years where things got a lot more interesting in a hurry because of that rule, and they're obviously aware of it and hoping to take advantage of it, but at first means they have to score.
They got to get a stop first. They're not getting the ball first. I don't know the onside kick rule, but down 21 zip coming out to start the second half, I'd think long and hard about not doing an onside kick here. So we'll see if they're what they've talked about. The thing is now with onside kicks, you kick it from the 40. If they recover it, it's at the 50. At least it's not terrible for your defense, and you at least had a chance to get the ball. I read an article the other day on a guy that onside kicks every kick no matter what. And I'm starting to think about it. I kind of like some of his theories. Give him the ball at the 50.
And looking at the rules, there really is no mention that, I believe onside kicks are considered legal in this game. There's no mention of it not being. And, obviously a couple different things special teams-wise, and chiefly not being able to rush the punter being one of them. Also, we saw kickoffs can be returned in this game out of the end zone, which, and I have to be honest, I've never quite understood why in high school football they don't allow it.
I don't either, unless it's a safety thing of kids stopping because they see it's in the end zone. I don't know how that works. But, yeah, you should be able to run it out of the end zone. Looks like the South's waiting for an onside kick, though. Pretty smart job by them.
And it is going to be kicked away here by Jacob Newman. Becker will take it, and the wall ran into him a little bit. He had to stop and stop his momentum, and he is knocked down at about the 16-yard line.
That's that Tristan Ross from Little Falls. He is bringing some to wood. He is smacking people. Boom.
You normally think about hard hits being laid on the guy with the ball, but he's going in there saying, I'm taking out the lead blocker or whatever's in my way.
Oh, absolutely. He is a physical kid.
Now for the South All-Stars, they have to hope that the momentum has stayed with them, and largely it's just been because of good execution. So, but the North team hoping maybe a good stop on the kick return might get them fired up a little bit. Here's the handoff going to Anderson. Anderson cutting it back and ridden down hard at the 18-yard line. So he'll pick up a little bit, but not nearly as much as he did on a couple of his early carries. So he forced to cut it back there and brought down by Newman and Porter.
You can get him going side to side like that. That's the best way to go against him.
So just a 1-yard gain. 9 to go here for the South All-Stars. Nick Rooney out of Minnetonka is the quarterback. Fakes it to Anderson. Rooney throwing and incomplete. So he went over the middle to Jamie LaPlante, and he was hit as he went up for that one. Falls incomplete. Bring up a 3rd and long.
Rooney will take some chances. He's got a little bit of fire in him, and up 21 zip, throwing across your body, back across the middle is, I can tell you right now, not something Coach Grant wants to see.
Yeah, I think Osseo, you thought you had Minnetonka beat, and Rooney made a play at the end of the game, as did his receiver.
So I said, he's a little bit of far blank. He'll make some happen for you.
Now Lee is in there at quarterback. Hard count, and looks like they'll get 5. It won't still be enough for the first down, but it will give them a little more manageable 3rd and long.
Now you're in the running situation again with Anderson back there, so that's tough to give up.
That ball foul encroachment penalty.
You know, I still think the story of the game today is the South offensive line and their defense. I mean, these guys have just dominated up front there.
So 3rd down and 4 here for the South. You go with the toss to Anderson, fakes the handoff. Anderson cutting it back. Struggling forward. He looks like he'll be short of the 1st down. There was one case where I think he might have made one too many cuts there. I think he had a possibility of getting this 1st down, but he really wanted to get greedy a little bit. Right about right there.
He put his nose in there a little bit more.
Oh, he did get the 1st down though.
That's that 5-yard penalty. Just really hurt this the North team there, jumping off sides. Forget how important that is.
And he ended up being driven back short of the marker, but he had already forward progress, got him that 1st down here. So you're right, penalty was huge. They go to Klaus and keeps his legs moving out to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's so huge. You know, he was bottled up right there, and he found a way to get 3 yards, or a little bit more than 3. And that's, you know, the difference. Sets up 2nd and 7 is a big thing, 2nd and 10. No, Coach Grant loves a double reverse pass once in a while too, so I'm assuming we're going to see that at some point.
What's this? What's this formation?
Play action here for Rooney, and Rooney is dropped. Steidel able to bring him down. A little short of the 1st down, so I think he'll probably go down officially as a sack here, as he looks like he's looking to throw and has to step up. Short loss on the play will bring up 3rd down, about 8 here for the South All-Stars.
38 upcoming for the South All-Stars.
Here's where North needs to make a play defensively, get a stop, force a punt.
Wide receiver screen.
Almost drew him offside again, but not quite. Now Rooney stepping up. Rooney in some trouble. Gets a block. Still looking to throw, and he's going to be sacked back at the 25-yard line. Brought down there by Major. Michael Major, another Northwest Suburban player out of Centennial High School. Stuck with it and makes the tackle.
Nice play. Way to stay with it the whole time. Rooney bought some nice time here. Thought he saw somebody downfield, and I think he wanted him to break deep, and he never did.
So Taubenheim will be back to punt. Beeler waiting back deep, along with Michael Strand of Barnesville. Beeler gonna field it at the 33. Makes one man miss, but he's forced back wide and stayed on his feet. And then nice tackle along the sideline there by Luke Wanis out of Owatonna, or he would have gotten a little bit further yet. You saw a little bit of that burst right there from Beeler. It looked like he was going to be stacked up and not be able to escape this at all.
Did a nice job there. Get through there, and he picked up a couple huge blocks. He's going to switch that ball to the outside arm. Other than that, it was a really nice return.
From the 43-yard line here, the North All-Stars with it, and again, got Herzog at quarterback with the other quarterback, Studrud, being injured early on. Herzog's going to get the bulk of the game here. On the reverse, they get it to Beeler. Beeler turning on the Jets. Crosses midfield, pushed out of bounds. Looks like he'll be very close to and maybe have this 1st down, and he will. At the 46-yard line of the South, as the rain starts to come down again a little bit. Until they want to get this guy the ball in a little bit of space. He's been returning kicks, and here they get it on the reverse.
I like that play. Something different. You know, can't let South pin their ears back and come at you.
They're coming down in sheets right now. People scrambling for umbrellas in the crowd. Herzog is going to pull it back from his running back and keep it down to the 40, and he is pulled back. But a nice gainer there of about 6 for the North All-Stars as the guy's starting to get soaked.
See the umbrellas all pop up all over the place.
Going no huddle here. They kind of know that this is, you know, got to get something going sooner rather than later. Again, an official's timeout for an injury. As for the South All-Stars limping off on the far side, there is Trenton Blyfus out of Grand Meadow. Hate to see that, obviously, and
no, that's not good.
And that's the one thing, you know, as much as I love this All-Star game and everything, you can understand why some people might be a little hesitant to get injured right before they start their college careers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think you have to kind of give a hats off to each and every one of these guys who did agree to play in this, because I don't think it's, you know, it's not automatic that there are worries, I think, in that regard. Here's Herzog fielding a high snap, and then he is knocked back for a loss. Did a pretty good job considering that it's just started raining again to not let that one slip through his hands.
Yeah, that's big. You can't. Oh, it was a high snap. Did a nice job to get that. You know, you almost want to think here that this is 4-down territory, especially in the All-Star game. Nothing to lose. So if you want to call a play here to get half of it, might be a decent idea.
Yeah, especially when you're into their end of the field really for the first time. I mean, yeah, you don't want to wish you had gone back and done something. You got to try to make it happen here. Herzog throwing downfield and incomplete. Boy, the contact seemed just a touch early there, but they're going to rule it legal as now the sky really opens up.
Wow, it is coming down right now.
I'm convinced that this hit was about a half count early here.
You might be right.
Close enough that they're not going to, a defensible non-call there, I think. Tried to get it to Beeler. And they are indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. Herzog, a little dump off screen, got it to Hull, but he's going to be brought down way short of the first down. Nice tackle there defensively by Jay Roon out of Fairmont. And the turnover will give the ball back to the South All-Stars. They come up with a huge stop. So at the 40, it is really coming down right now. And the players are acting like, yeah, no big deal. I mean, they've got helmets on, and obviously this turf is remarkable at how well it drains and sheds water. You know that from having it at your high school and most of the schools you play against now. Handoff going up the middle here.
Yeah, it's a huge surface to be able to play on turf like that. We'd be in a mud bowl right now if it wasn't.
Torrey Adams taking that handoff for the South All-Stars. Here's where you say, we've got a 3-touchdown lead here. We can, you know, maybe run the ball a little bit, work the clock a little bit until this rain subsides too, because you got that opportunity, and now it has let up significantly. Still raining, but not the downpour we had for about a 3-minute span there.
Yeah, it did come down hard there. But if you look at the sky, it looks like it's, you know, I suppose we're going to see that most of the day off and on.
2nd down, 7 to go, just about to the midway point here of the 3rd quarter. Newell cutting it back. Oh, and then down he goes. The ball comes loose, but it's late. He was already down. Nice hit and stop by Strand, number 20 out of Barnesville there, as he came in, shot hard at his upper legs and took him down.
Tackle. Watch number 3 come in again and blow up the block and turn it back into the inside. Great tackle. You cannot be dancing sometimes at this level. They'll figure that out in a hurry if they go to college. It works well sometimes in the high school game, but not when you're playing against players like this.
You see the ball coming out late, ruled to already be down there. It was closer than I thought to maybe being at least starting to move out of his hand a little, but probably the correct call there to be down. 3rd and 11 here for the South. Rooney.
All day to throw.
Dumps it off, pass complete. Going to be very close to the first down. They needed to get right to midfield as he hit Calvin Biskins. And let's see, it looks like they might be spotting it just short of midfield. I don't think he quite got it. No, going to be short by about a yard.
It's a nice play by Rooney to find somebody there. Rooney's looking at Coach Grant and wants to go for it.
And Biskins knew right away. Yeah, right when he caught this one, he had a good awareness of where the marker was. It was just, you know, who's going to win that race to the edge here. And you have to give some credit to the D here, too, closing quickly and able to get him out of bounds in time. So they are going to go. 4th down, handoff, and Klaus has all kinds of room, smashing his way through tacklers down to about the 26-yard line. They had such a gap open and such good push on that one that he had all kinds of room to get through here. Look at that hole. Couldn't have been blocked any better, and then he's running through tacklers as well.
That was a nice run. He bounced off a few people and kept going, and this doesn't look good for the North right now.
4:50 to go, 3rd quarter. Lee drops the snap. Now rolling to his left, throwing deep downfield for Becker, and he's got it inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. It seemed like a bit of a broken play after he bobbled the snap, but Becker kept running his route, and he was able to sneak it in there. Kelvington, I don't think, saw the ball, didn't quite get his head turned around to be able to make a play on the ball here.
Great throw by Lee. Dropped it right over there.
Throwing it on the run. You see Kelvington initially had decent coverage, but he just let him get away a little bit and wasn't in a position to get a hand up on that ball. So 1st and goal now from the 3-yard line coming up for the South All-Stars.
Wonder if we're going to get a heavy dose of Anderson here.
He takes it on the 1st down carry and looks like he's going to be in. He is. Touchdown, Anthony Anderson of Eden Prairie, his 2nd TD of the game. And their O-line and power backs and quarterback combination and receivers, I mean, they've been kind of doing a little bit of everything here today and dominating this one so far.
Yeah, that is just, I mean, Anderson's a good back, don't get me wrong, but that is a really nice O-line. That's opening up some holes up there for him.
And it was interesting when John spoke with Sam Stoll earlier in the game, you know, is it hard to get on the same page? And he said, no, we're meshing pretty good right away here. So,
you know, and Coach Grant's blocked it.
An extra point blocked here. So one of the few things that's really gone, you know, right in a big way for the North right there is they get a block, but they're still well behind. Look at Anderson punching that one in. You see again, there's Klaus delivering a block. Got blocks solid up front.
They are just manhandling him up front right now and into the backfield and the linebackers. You know, and Coach Grant does a nice job of, you know, his offense is simple and easy, and I'm sure these guys, you know, that's what you want in these games is least amount of mistakes.
So the South continues to dominate here and leading at 27-0 after that extra point attempt blocked. And North will again get an opportunity to try to get things rolling here.
You know, I know the people that set the game up, Fritzy and the Coaches Association, and this is what they try to avoid if possible, having a lopsided game in the All-Star, but you can't always do that. You know, sometimes teams execute, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's any, you know, you don't need to all of a sudden say, well, we need to change the rules because one game got out of hand a little bit or whatever.
Yep.
Taubenheim kicking it off. Beeler will come up to take it at the 6, but he drops it, and he drops it again. It looks like the South's going to have what they do. Becker is on it. And the South All-Stars, as if they needed any more breaks, they will get the football inside the 10. As Luke Becker came down, fell on it. You see Beeler just dropping it once and twice, and not a lot of competition for that football at that point as Becker was down there first and easily gets it.
This has got to be a very tired defense right now unless they got some subs in there. This is when it's fun to call plays as an offensive coordinator because pretty much whatever you do is usually going to work right now.
A lot of pride on these North guys. They just want to make something happen positively for them right now. Rooney. Not sure if that was a broken play or just a little bootleg, and he's going to be ridden down after maybe a short gain as he got out to the edge there as Harris makes the stop there out of Hibbing.
You know, I didn't understand that play. Was it supposed to be a little underneath handoff, but did he pull it, or I couldn't quite tell there.
Yeah, it didn't appear. I mean, he didn't panic, but it did appear that some phase of that didn't happen the way that they had designed it there. No, second down and goal from the 8 coming up here for the South All-Stars. Rooney wanting to throw, now directing traffic out there, steps up, goes underneath a tackle, gets a huge block, now throwing on the run, has a man wide open, it is a touchdown. That is Christensen again for the South All-Stars, and there's the Brett Favre-like Rooney for the South.
Yeah, he can make some plays happen.
Catch made for the touchdown by Matt Christensen, number 89 from Nicollet High School.
See, a lot of guys, maybe can make the first part of this happen, but then they're just going to put their head down and run. And Rooney kept on looking upfield.
Yeah, he does a nice job of, the really good ones scramble to find somebody. The athletes scramble to run, but the really good quarterbacks scramble to find somebody.
Extra point this time by Taubenheim is up and good, so 34-0. He feels where the pressure's coming from right here, and he just ducks right underneath the attempted hit from Kalen Porter. And a lot of times, by the time you get to this point in a play, something is broken down in the defensive backfield, usually by that point. It's a long time to keep track of somebody.
There's just no possible way the D-backs had a chance there. They just had to, come up and try to make a play on Rooney, and then he can drop it in behind you.
So a 34-0 lead. North All-Stars. Here's where you say, let's get a kick return. Let's get something that gets us going a little bit and our crowd going a little bit.
Yeah, you want to make something happen. And, I don't know if they do running time in the All-Star game or not. I am assuming not.
Matt Christensen played in 4 straight section finals and won 3 of those 4 times to get into the state playoffs. So, and as John said earlier, going to be heading to St. Thomas.
They'll enjoy him. He's a big athlete.
Beeler drifting back to take it a yard deep in the end zone. Makes a cut and then wrapped up a little bit shy of the 20 there as Jay Roon meeting him there.
Nice job of figuring it out. I got to get north and south there, and he did. He hit a little hole there, so a little better return.
They'll call it the 17-yard line here as North gets the football back. About 3.5 to play in this third quarter, and things have gotten away from them in a hurry. First half didn't go real well. Second half not going any better. Herzog, a quarterback draw. And Herzog out over the 25 to about the 27-yard line. And let's go back down to a presumably slightly wetter than the last time we saw him, John Jacobson.
Well, thanks, Jay. And I'm with Luke Becker from Fairmont High School. And Luke with a catch that set up the 4th touchdown and then a fumble recovery on the kickoff that set up that last score. Tell me about this game. And it's been a lot of fun for you guys.
Yeah, it's been awesome, especially up 34-0. Both those should have been touchdown, though. I should have scooped and scored that one. And then should have went a little bit deeper on that post corner, but it is what it is. We're up 34-0. It's pretty cool.
Great football tradition at your school. You got to play in the state football playoffs a couple of times. What was your whole experience like at Fairmont?
Oh, it was awesome. We went to state twice. My sophomore year, we went to the state championship game. We lost, but it's been awesome. Good coaches, good teammates.
Tell us about your plans for next year.
I'm going to North Iowa Area Community College to play baseball. So This is it. It's been great. What a way to go out in football career.
Congratulations, Luke.
Thank you.
Luke Becker from Fairmont High School. His head coach, Matt Mahoney's grandfather, Tom Mahoney, one of the people that helped bring back the All-Star game in 1974 after a 14-year absence. Jay and Darren, back to you.
Thanks, John. And biggest play of the game offensively right there for the North All-Stars is Noah McPherson of Park Rapids hauls in this pass from Herzog. And they get another completion to Beeler. Down inside the 30 to about the 28. You mentioned earlier, Darren, that the first drive or two of the game, they had some things going a little bit like this. Now they're just getting a little bit of a rhythm. Oh, we have a flag on this play, though.
I thought it was a late hit, but unless it was a hold back there, but I couldn't quite tell. I'm assuming it was a late hit.
Yeah, they are talking with the North captain, so that looks like you will be correct on that.
And that's kind of what we talked about is, throw the short pass on first down, maybe a little play action, take a few chances here. I just don't see, running the ball down their throat
Penalty roughing the pass
right now, but you got to take a couple shots at the end zone here.
So it is a roughing the passer. That will move the ball down to the 14-yard line of the South. North with their best threat of the game here. 2:30 to go, third quarter. Down big, but, you still keep playing and make something happen. And handoff here. Not much doing for Essler. A little bit of a contrast. You see mostly fairly small backs for the North, and then you got the big guys, Anderson and Klaus, running it a lot of the time for the South. But the O-line also is not opening holes the way that the South's been able to.
Yeah, that's like we talked about earlier, that's the key to the game. If anybody were to not watch this game and ask what happened, then you'd have to tell them that. Now you got to take a shot at the end zone here, hopefully. Get some receivers matched up, one-on-ones with D-backs out here.
And a little shovel pass. And let's see, is this going to be an incomplete pass?
That's an incomplete pass.
That is indeed what they're calling. South thinks they've got a fumble recovery, but if it's a forward pass, it doesn't have to be overhand or anything like that. It's still a forward pass, so we ruled just incomplete, and incorrectly so. It looks as though it's a pitch, but it's still a forward pass.
Yeah.
See, it was a little bit behind Essler. Are you an advocate of the shovel pass? I've always felt like it's a little hard to execute. I mean, when done well, it looks good.
It looks great, yeah. It's, you got to practice it, and I guess you got to pick and choose what's important for you to practice. And if that's part of your playbook, then you got to work it.
3rd and 12, but first we're going to have a timeout taken, looks like. This will be a timeout by the North team here with 1:47 to go here in this third quarter. You get, I guess it's a blanket statement to say across the board, but the majority of these players are probably guys who didn't lose a lot of games in high school and didn't lose big very often either. So kind of a little bit of a character test for those guys. You'd rather that you didn't have to find it out the hard way like this, but I can remember I've worked a lot of the games on the sideline over the years, and there are times when teams really start to splinter and start to point fingers a little bit when it gets like this. So you're hoping that that's not going to be the case with the North guys.
Yeah, it's you always say everybody's a great sport when you're winning. Let's see what you act like when you're getting beat. So you can really tell kids' character when that happens. But I mean, from what I've seen, they look great. The North sidelines have done a nice job staying together and just keep battling.
Well, and it's a fine line, too, because you want people who hate to lose and they're bothered by it. But then again, I want to keep even keel. Here's a throw for Jam. It looks like he's got it. Touchdown. Carlton Jam up to Tino Grace. Able to haul it in. And a great throw by Herzog and the North team on the board for the first time.
That was a great pass. Nice little wheel route out of the backfield.
And you see, he got one hand on it, stayed with it despite being raked, his arm being pulled down there by Franta. So a nice job to hang with that one. Carlton Jam actually played a little more defense than offense for Tino Grace, and he admitted to me that he was, he said, I was a little surprised that they told me I was a running back for this instead of D-back, but he was okay either way. And the extra point attempt, though, is going to be wide to the left from Jacob Newman. Another look. This is the type of play North's been looking for all game long. Great throw and a great catch to stay with it.
Yeah, that was a great play all around. And that's what the North needs to keep doing. You know, they got to throw some short passes, throw some, you know, deep ones, take a few shots here and there.
And here's where North will get the football back because of our special all-star game rules. They got the score, and they can say, would you like to receive the kick? And I think they're going to say, yes, we would. So Taubenheim is going to kick it off here. They're announcing it to the crowd here because obviously most, not all, but a lot of fans who come to this are coming, you know, maybe for the first time because they've got a son or a grandson or a friend or somebody from their school in it, and they're probably going to be a little confused until they heard about this rule. You know, what's going on here? Why are they receiving again?
So based on that all-star rule, the South will be kicking off to the North. Taubenheim, number 14, will kick off. He is from Farmington.
Taubenheim getting set to kick it off here for the South, so the North getting something to cheer about. A couple nice pass plays and the touchdown to Jam from Herzog, and he gets a lot of foot into this one. 8 yards deep, and it'll be a touchback here. So the North will get the football at the 20. Taubenheim at least not going to make it easy for them to get good field position as he is able to boot it deep.
Yeah, he's got a nice little leg on him. Be interesting to see if what the North does here. Hopefully they keep that same attack mode and go at him.
Herzog, the good news is that he's got a lot of continuity from getting to play a lot today, but maybe fatigue could be an issue perhaps too. Herzog running this ball up the middle. We'll pick up about 7 on that play.
That's the exact same play they started off the last drive with.
Well, you can see that touchdown has given them a little life in their step, you know, trying to get some tempo going and get some good rhythm on offense. Herzog this time hit and brought down. Stood up to the contact pretty well, but then Jacob Beckstein able to drag him down.
You know, it's tough, you know, when you run that, and they're doing a nice job of making the quarterback keep it, and you want to get the ball in the hands of some of these other all-stars who are just tremendous football players and who are probably fresh because they've been on the sidelines for a little bit.
3rd and a couple here for the North Stars. 40 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. They're going to run it here. Hull taking the handoff. And looks like he'll have enough for the first down here and move the sticks. I get the feeling that Hull is one of their guys that they're most comfortable with handing the ball off to in this game, and had some opportunities here. Haven't run the ball especially effectively all game. They will have the first down here. Half minute to go here in the 3rd. North trying to build a little momentum. They're still down very big, obviously, in this one, but Hull will take the handoff again. Gets about 2.
You better hurry up if you're going to get this play off before the end of the quarter. I'm assuming they're not going to get it off.
And we are going to get to the end of the 3rd quarter here, so North showing signs of life, but trailing it big here. We've reached the end of 3 of the Minnesota Football Coaches Association Tackle Cancer All-Star Game, 34-6. Rooney making things happen here and completing to Christensen for one of the touchdowns in that 3rd quarter.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date. with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
Welcome back to St. John's University. I'm with Dick Strand. He's the honorary head coach for the South All-Stars this week. Dick, you coached in this game 30 years ago, and you're a member, the head coach at Southland High School. What was that experience like, and what's this been like this week?
Well, you can tell both experiences are fantastic. These kids, it's an opportunity of a lifetime, and I'm so glad that my grandson is playing on the other team. It makes it difficult, but the experience is unbelievable, and my son coached in it last year, so they all believe the same thing. You meet so many good friends. You make friends for life. I don't like to see the score. I like to see it close and more competitive. But they lost their quarterback. He got hurt right away. And overall, like you talk to any kid here, it's just fantastic.
You've enjoyed the week, and you enjoyed your time at Southland. I know you were there for 33 years coaching, football, basketball, and track.
Yep. Even one girls softball game. And that's a bad experience. Don't ever do that.
Dick, thanks for your time. Dick Strand, head coach, or the honorary head coach of the South All-Stars. And Darren Lampker, like you, played his college football at Augsburg.
He looked really smart when I first looked at him, so it must have been something.
And here's a completion. Herzog hooking up there once more with Tyler Beeler and into South territory inside the 40-yard line. Nice gainer there. Interesting to have a family tie on the other sideline. Didn't realize that. That must be Michael Strand. So to the 39-yard line, Herzog getting some time, throws over the middle, and pass caught, tackle broken, and it is a touchdown. Chad Johnson, his teammates in practice, not surprisingly, called him Ocho Cinco all week, and he makes a strong play here to get in the end zone for the North All-Stars, and boy, they have come to life.
Yeah, they have. They've done a really nice job. It's a really nice seam route here. Great catch.
Looks as though they're going to be going for two here, I believe. And you see Johnson getting open was good, and then also breaking that tackle after he made the catch.
That's a great catch. Used his hands above his head.
On the run, Herzog flips it, and it is complete for the two-pointer to Matt Miller. Herzog paid the price as he jumped and made that pass. It was dumped hard, but Miller has an easy catch. So 34-14 as you get another look. Nice catch. Shrugged off one hit, fought through another, and easily into the end zone. And then you see the two-point conversion. Watch Herzog get hit as he throws this one. And Miller waiting and makes the catch.
Those are the easy ones. But you got to make it work to get those. It was a nice job by Herzog to pump fake one way, roll out, and find the guy open in the end zone. You know what? Herzog's been taking a beating today, and he's done a nice job. He's impressed me.
So they cannot get the ball back again 2 times in a row in this situation. So North will have to kick off to the south here, where you start thinking about that little bit of that onside kick again, maybe.
That's what I'd like to see, but I'm sure the South's going to be ready for it. But we'll have to see here.
The other factor in that too is they don't have a kicker like Taubenheim. I don't think Jacob Newman kicking for them, and I don't think he's quite the kicking specialist. It is still a 20-point margin, but at least North has made things interesting here late. Newman is going to onside kick at a high bounce, and it goes past everyone and out of bounds. And they had a shot. It wasn't very easy, though. It didn't hang up for them the way they would have liked, but that's exactly the type of kick you want to get.
Oh.
And ran right past that one a little bit.
Yeah. It's tough to see it take a funky bounce.
So a kickoff out of bounds. We're going to go down to John now. Haven't been a lot to talk about on the north sideline, but now lately there is a little bit.
That's right, Jay. With Carlton Jam, with Tino Gray scored the first of 2 touchdowns that the North has scored here, and talk about the play that got you the TD.
Well, it was just a little ripple on one of our plays that we do. So I was lined up in the backfield, and they want to kind of get me one-on-one on one of the linebackers, so they ran me out of the backfield to the corner of the end zone. Quarterback gave me a good ball. I just went and got it.
A tough game for you guys, but have you still enjoyed the experience, not only of today, but of all week?
Yeah, for sure. It's just, no matter what the score is, it's just been a cool experience getting to know a lot of the best football players in the state and just having fun with the guys who love the game as much as you do. So.
How much did you enjoy your football experience at Tino Grace?
Oh, I don't know if there's any other program in the state like it. You know, it's just everybody on the team has such a love for each other, and it's just such a great football tradition that I don't know if any other program in the state has that type of tradition.
All right. Thanks, Carlton, for your time.
Thank you.
Carlton Jam of Tino Grace High School headed to Augustana for college football next year.
Thank you, John, and congratulations to Carlton. And had a chance to meet him late in the fall season and do a story with him, and a great young man, and obviously had a great career and a great program, and really a fun year last year in the Northwest Suburban. Obviously with like in your division with Osseo and Totino being so good, Maple Grove, we got a couple guys from their program in your district. They won the other side of the conference, and so really 3 teams. They weren't the only 3, but those 3 really had strong years.
It was a fun year in the Northwest Suburban.
Rooney handing it off. Aaron Peterson with a solid run here for the South, and he will pick up the first down. And you kind of get the feeling maybe now Coach Grant's going to say, we got this 20-point lead. They've gotten a little momentum. How about we just grind them up a little bit? Not give them any more hope. Pick up a few first downs, run the ball, work some clock.
Yeah, I would assume that's what's happening, and I'm sure he's telling Rooney and Lee, the quarterback, hey, let the play clock run down a little bit here. Don't snap that for more than 10 seconds on the play clock.
Rooney giving it off. Spinning to the outside there is Torrey Adams. He will pick up about 4 on the play. Bring up about a 2nd down and 6 for the South guys.
Let's go, Dave!
Lee back in there, and high formation in the wing to the right. Handoff now to Newell. Newell to about the 25. Looks like he might be just shy of the first down as he's ridden down there by Carter Teal. And Newell, I think, got the wind knocked out of him a little bit. He's given by his indication to the official.
Fell on the ball.
Landed on the ball.
Yeah, I think he landed with the ball right in his midsection. You tell it's probably not anything super serious, but also doesn't feel real good for that, 60 seconds or so. If you've ever had that happen, it kind of overwhelms you a little bit.
Terrible feelings.
They will spot it at the 26-yard line, so it's going to be about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 yards short of this first down as you get a look at the ball boys hustling out there to give them a little bit of water here. It's been humid this week, not especially hot, but definitely humid out here today, and obviously some rain has been mixed in at times, but we have not seen the mighty storms that we were fearing a little bit.
Yeah.
Newell gets a hand as he's heading off.
It's and they got great facilities up here at St. John's, indoor, outdoor. It's one of the better stadiums in Division III football across the country.
So the good news is I think Newell is definitely going to be okay, but he will make his way to the sideline here.
North's going to have to come up and make a few plays. The secondary is going to have to come up and make some tackles at the line of scrimmage to stop this running game.
Yeah, 3rd down and 2 here. If they could get a stop here, you say, okay, we're keeping it somewhat interesting. But Klaus will take the handoff and easily gets the first down to the 20-yard line. Again, a good hole open, and he just gets himself going forward, and they're not going to be able to stop that. First down just inside about the 21-yard line here for the South All-Stars. Trying to get things situated formation-wise here, and they're going to end up having to call a timeout. Kind of a 2 tight end look, and Christensen I don't think was quite sure where he was supposed to be there, and so they will end up using a timeout.
You know, Aspire's kind of the sponsor for the Gatorade, and they've got these little kids running around with the Gatorade bottles, and Aspire's kind of taken over. They've been, getting into all the high schools, and they do an Athlete of the Week, and it's been kind of a change, and they've done a really nice job at our school, and I've seen them at a lot of other schools also.
And also want to mention, of course, the tackle cancer part of this game. They raised $190,000 in 2013, and goal for 2014 is $200,000, and proceeds support the Randy Shaver Cancer Research and Community Fund, and a great thing, I think, partnership of schools across the state. And a little flea flicker here. They give it back to Rooney. Steps up, now firing to the back of the end zone, and this one's batted away. Getting a hand on it there for the North All-Stars is Strand. Is a little bit of a rush on, and that kind of altered the timing of that one. He had run to the end of his route and really nowhere else to go by that point because he was at the back of the end zone.
Yeah, that's Mike's patented double reverse flea flicker. If you look, Anderson was opened on the sidelines here.
Tried to sneak it in, but it was well covered and batted away. But if you're the South, no harm done. You still live to play again here on 2nd and 10.
Yep.
And off going to the fullback, Klaus. He will get about 3 or so. Leave him with a 3rd down and 7. That's the thing, when you have the ball as much as they do, you get to spread it around. Probably a lot of guys on their team feel like, I got an adequate amount of work out here and got to see the ball a little bit.
Oh, yeah. They've done a nice job of spreading it around.
Lee in there for the South now. Play action being chased out. Nice little move there. Lunges not going to quite have enough for the first down as Deion Harris got out there to stop him, but certainly put him in a spot where they could go for it here on 4th down without too much trouble, as he's able to win the race to the edge there in big number 77, Ezra Zerbeck. Saw him in practice, and he's listed as 6'5", 250, and I would have guessed him a little larger than that. He was a big kid.
That was a nice little play by Lee to dive forward to set up a manageable 4th and 1. Wonder if this will be the sneak or they see Anderson's not in the game.
Yeah, they got Adams as the deep back, Klaus as the fullback in front of him. And they go to Adams. Little stutter step here, and looks like he should have enough down to about the 10.
Yard. Nice play. I mean, I don't want to stutter step on short yardage, but he didn't need to because the O-line pushed everybody back.
So it looks like they'll spot it right about on the 10, so it should be 1st and goal to go here for the South All-Stars as they try and nip this little rally in the bud here and keep it at a good margin, leading at 34-14. Rooney is back in there at quarterback here for the South Stars. Anderson back in at tail. And he bobbles the snap. Big scramble for it. North indicating that they might have it here.
I can't tell. I think North might have it.
Yep, North winds up with it. Josh Sitar's out of Totino Grace. Ends up with the football under that pile as Rooney got ahead of himself a little bit. I think he was eager to pivot and hand that ball off, and instead never fully had it, and Sitars wins the battle for it.
Looks like Rooney just dropped it.
And then his lineman kind of fell into him. Rooney probably was in a good position to be able to just recover that one himself until one of his guards was knocked back into him, and then it was just anybody's ball. So the North All-Stars get it back. Herzog wanting that shovel pass, now gets it away late, but it's still not going to go anywhere. Caught by Essler, but boy, that was dangerous. It looked like initially he might be wrapped up as he was trying to throw that ball. And he held on to it. Second try got it to Essler, and they still didn't get a whole lot. A couple yards, maybe 3. No, I'm sorry, a loss.
Yeah, they lost 3.
Loss of 3.
It doesn't help the passing completion stats when you lose 3.
Herzog standing near his end zone, down the middle, and knocked away from Juno. Hard to tell if that one was for Jam, the guy underneath, or for Juno, and ended up being batted away.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. It looked like 2 receivers in the same area.
And even though he's giving up a lot of sides there, Jepsen able to get his hands in there and break that one up. Juno's one of those guys going up to Minnesota Duluth. He said that he thought there were, about 6 or 7 future teammates in this game, so he was eager to be meeting all of those guys and everything too. Good program there that he's stepping into. Herzog under pressure, gets rid of it to Jam, and it's off his shoulder pad. He was looking at the defender coming up to put a hit on him and took his eye off it and didn't come up with it. So North team able to get the turnover, but nothing done with it there. As you see, that one clearly had his head turned upfield as it got to him. Give some credit on the pressure there too for the South to Tyus DeBoer, 77 out of Marshall, as he got up into the face of Herzog a little bit.
He got some good pressure there, and that I think he wanted to hang on to that ball a little bit longer. He just had to get rid of it.
Bolduc will punt here for the North. Spyro coming up to take it on about the 48 is Becker.
Coverage.
Gets forward about 5, but then brought down. First guy to hit him, Luke Kelvington out of Foley. So to the 43-yard line here, first down and 10 for the South as they try and salt away a win.
5:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. First and 10 South from the North 43. Big Rooney, number 4 from Minnetonka at quarterback.
Must have been a little mixed up there. I don't know if they had enough guys in the field or if they were ready, or I couldn't quite figure out exactly what was going on. At this point of the game, you just hope that everybody stays healthy, and you want to keep playing and doing some things, but it's pretty much in the bag for the South team.
Got a 34-14 lead here, and Going to be an award ceremony coming up after the game here as well. Sky's starting to darken. You just kind of think like, okay, we made it through the worst of it, and you're never quite sure what we're going to see the rest of the way here. But
it's pretty comfortable weather to play football in, though. Not too hot.
And off here. And
Finish.
Pulling guard tripped up there, didn't get through.
Yeah, surprising that play went as well as it did, considering that. Aaron Peterson took the handoff, and we had somebody blow a tire as he was trying to pull in front of that. Didn't seem to totally wreck the play, though, and they still get 3.
Let's go, dude. Let's go.
On count here for Rooney, throwing out, complete out in the flat there as he hits Isaiah Flower.
Did a nice job there. Get what he could out of the play.
Well, and certainly South has made more big plays, but they've also made fewer mistakes, I think, than the North, too. A play like that isn't a huge gainer, but at least it's 3-4 yards. You're moving closer to that first down. And pretty good ball security, too. Lee handing it off. Here's Anthony Anderson. Powering forward. He'll be close to that first down.
Looks like he's got it.
He'll have it.
It's just there's no contact made on him till 4 yards downfield. They got to get up. Somebody's got to scrape off a play and shut a block and get through there. What's happening is the O-line is getting such a great push, and you want to keep people off your linebackers, but they're getting to the linebackers in the second level, and that's just really tough on a backer when he's got linemen coming at him.
Under 4 minutes to go here in the ball game. South trying to put away a win here, 34-14 lead. Klaus coming back off the bench to get in there at the fullback slot. And Peterson is sent back where he came from there as he's thrown down by Mason Olson. Pretty much unblocked on that one and wrapped him up and threw him down. Got free there, got one arm and then got the other, and easily won that battle, throwing him down. A second down, about 12 for the South All-Stars after that loss on that play. Play action here for Rooney. Wants to go deep downfield and incomplete. Pretty well covered there by Teal. Able to get in and break that one up for Nissen.
It was a well protected. He had a lot of time back there. Boy, Nissen's a big guy, and he showed some speed at the end there.
And a little bit of a ward off there by the offensive player, but just a little hand fighting down the field. So 3rd down and 12. This time they'll, after going with the power formation, they'll go 2 receivers each way, and Anderson is the single back next to Rooney. Rooney stepping up and skipping one in as he was hit as he threw that one. That didn't look like they were going to be very close to the first down anyways. Well behind Nissen with that one. So what do you do here? We've got 4th down, about 12. Looks like they are probably going to punt.
I bet you he goes for a field goal here.
You might be right. You might be right. Taubenheim.
No, they kick off the ground in the All-Star game, I believe. They don't get a block.
Yeah, Lee is lining up to hold for Taubenheim. Wow. This would be about a 52-yarder. Taubenheim gets his foot into it, and it's long enough, and it is good. 52-yard field goal for Taubenheim. How do you like that?
Wow. And that had some spare room.
Well, we came up for a practice this week. Got the see the North team, and Taubenheim and Lee were out here from the South after the end of their practice, working on things a little bit. And Lee kind of jokingly said, anytime we get over the 50, we'll just let this guy kick it. And Taubenheim able to knock one through from 52. And that is a new record for Minnesota All-Star football as he is able to bang it through.
That's a great kick. I guess I didn't look at where is he going to school. I'm hoping he's kicking in college somewhere.
Henry Taubenheim will kick off for the South All-Stars. Jackson Hall, number 7.
University of North Dakota is his listing, so. So Taubenheim will kick it off here. Now leading at 37-14, and he continues a strong day by drilling one through the end zone. He's having fun out there, right?
Well, you know, you don't want to talk about a kicker too much, but we kind of talk about the guy. He's pretty tough. He's made a 52-yarder, field goals. Kickoffs to me are more impressive. And you don't have to cover a kick and it goes out of the end zone. That's what you really want.
And let's face it, in high school football, it's a little hit and miss whether you're going to have a good kicker from year to year, and it can be a very big weapon when you do have one. Herzog in the north out there from the 20-yard line here. Fakes the handoff to Hall, keeps it himself, and is brought down just shy of the line of scrimmage here. Wrapped up there by Clayton Burton.
Did a nice job there.
So it'll be second down and 11 here. 2:25 to play in our All-Star game. South dominating, going to win for the third year in a row, leading at 37-14. Last year was 24-14. North took the first time when they went back to this north-south format, back over at TCF Bank Stadium. And there's Connor Kittleson out of Osseo making his first catch of the day. And I heard he had a pretty good high school coach that helped teach him, right?
Yeah, we had some good assistant coaches that kind of take over those receivers. I just kind of try to stay out of their way. You know, Connor had a great year for us. He did some nice things. And he's a big, tall target, and good soft hands. And he had a really good quarterback in Matt Medke, so that always helps too. So.
Both of those guys playing basketball at Osseo as well.
And Medke is actually coming to St. John's to play football.
Herzog keeping it, gets out to the outside. He'll have the first down with these, and he's still playing hard, lowers his shoulder. He wasn't going to just run out of bounds there. He's going to get as much as he can out of that.
I really like Herzog. He's shown me a lot today. I'm impressed with him. He's from a smaller school, but he can play with the big boys. There's no doubt about that.
So they'll get a first down and get some more reps out there with their offense, try and work things up the field a little bit. Herzog will be playing at Concordia in Moorhead. Firing down the middle, and it is complete. Nice catches. He had to reach back for it a little bit there, Chad Johnson. But you can see he's got good hands on the touchdown earlier. Same kind of deal. This one was even maybe a little tougher as he had to turn for it. And you like guys who, aren't hearing the footsteps, that they're still concentrating on catching the football, even though they know they might get hit soon. Herzog throwing, and it is caught. Lunging, let's see, did he get in? Yes, touchdown. Noah McPherson. Ball just over the defender's fingertips there. I thought it was going to be a little bit of a risky throw, but at this point in the game, why not give it a try? McPherson goes up to get it, and he'll have the touchdown.
38 yards.
That was a great throw. Probably even better catch. Oh, both of them just missed it. So they'll get the ball back also for a second time. A little fade to the corner here if you got a chance.
Gonna go for 2 here. Herzog fakes left, now rolling to his right, running out of room, lunges for the end zone, and he got there, I believe. Yes, 2-point conversion is good. As Herzog saw that pylon, he was like, I think I can reach this from here. And that's exactly what he did. Yeah, in terms of winning and losing, a touchdown this late doesn't really matter much, but it's still, I'm kind of glad to see that the North, got some things to go their way a little bit toward the end.
Yep. Great catch. He might have been down on the short end, but I'm impressed that the refs gave him that. It's the All-Star game. If you're close, you're in.
And here's Herzog reaching for it, and you see once the ball crosses that plane, he's in. Just goes spinning out of bounds after that, but so 37-22, and again, as Darren said, now the North will get the football right back. And now Taubenheim, he's probably going to say, you know what, here's your rule, and kick it right out of the end zone.
He has got some opportunities to kick today. Even though they scored 37 points, how many kickoffs did he have? He has 2 extra ones without scoring.
Both return men are about 8 yards deep. Angling this one a little bit, and it will be taken about 3 yards into the end zone here by Beeler. Beeler breaking free a little bit and then dropped down. He stopped there for the South All-Stars by Ruin again. He's been pretty solid on special teams for South. So only 45 seconds ago, they get the ball back. Yeah, they're still down 2 scores here, 15 points, but at least have had some fun in this fourth quarter, made things a little bit interesting.
They have done a really nice job here offensively. It's, they've skipped the same coverage though, the South defensive backfield, and playing 3 high, so that's why the middle of the field is open.
Herzog working out of the shotgun here. It's a block as he rolls out to his right. Throwing, and this one is tipped away by Connor Jepsen. Trying to go to jam there, and he looked like he was briefly open, but didn't get the ball over the top of the D-back. So 2nd down and 10 here for the North All-Stars.
2nd and 10, North from their 25.
Herzog had to wait for the snap a little bit. Now he'll step up and, well, is he going to run? Yes. And took a little hit there. Oh, they're going to throw a flag at the end of the play here. I'm going to believe this is going to be more for talking than anything because it didn't come out immediately. I don't really believe this was a late hit. It was close, but
I just thought that was a pretty good hit.
yeah, I agree. I wonder if it isn't a little taunting, a little extra celebration.
Herzog's going to need an ice bath after this one. He's been taking a beating.
Oh, helmet contact. Blake Weber
penalty is a
coming up
personal.
from Prior Lake and making the hit.
See, the thing I don't, now what's he supposed to do on that play when the quarterback bends down? You got to go lower then? Yeah, that's a tough call. I mean, I understand you got to protect the head, and you always should, but when a running back or quarterback ducks down, well, now what are you supposed to do?
First down from the 44-yard line. Herzog throwing, and the pass is complete. Miller down to about the 35. Reach back for that one a little bit. Nice catch, though, by Miller. 21 31 seconds as they wind the clock. Throws out in the flat to Jam. Trying to spin free and reaches the ball out to about the 31, and they're going to use a timeout, I believe, here. It's the 11 seconds to go. So it'll be 2nd down and 6 here for the North All-Stars. Jam was bothered a little bit by a hamstring earlier in the week, but as he said, yeah, I'll be ready by Saturday. He's been ready.
It's amazing what how quick people recover when it's game day. Herzog's probably racked up a few passing yards here in this half.
No timeouts left for them, so it could be down to our last play of the game, perhaps, depending on what occurs on this one. Herzog spinning out, looking downfield, throwing. Pass is caught, and then out of bounds is Beeler with 5 seconds to go. Another first down. We got somebody slow to get up here for the North All-Stars as their lineman, Jason Talene out of Tartan. He's back up, but nice grab here by Beeler, and he gets foot down and then out of bounds.
Nice little athlete.
Well, Herzog, we'll see if they...
This will have to be the last play.
Yeah, they presumably look into the end zone here, and even if it means throwing it up for grabs, at least take an opportunity to get a ball. Herzog over the middle, and it is intercepted. Tyler Lattery going to try and return it all the way on the last play of the game. But they're going to catch up to him, and he is brought down by Kittleson, and that is how the game is going to end as the South All-Stars get a defensive highlight and then a little pushing and shoving toward the end here. Officials quickly in to break things up. And a nice return there by Lattery out of Lakeville South, getting a chance to run one back. And they quickly separate after briefly getting a little angry at each other there. So a 37-22 victory for the South All-Stars. Maybe deceptively close here, Darren. They were pretty much in control throughout it, but the North did come back with a little bit.
South was in control the whole time.
Yeah, they were impressive out here today. Did a lot of things well. They defended well. They played strong up front. Obviously good play from their backs as well. So 37-22, South with the win. We'll come back here with more of our coverage of the 2014 MFCA Tackle Cancer All-Star Football Game on 12 Sports.
I never thought I'd miss you half as much as I do. It must be love, love, love. It must be love, love, love. Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the best.
It must be love. It must be hospice.
Maple Grove, New Hope, and Brooklyn Center. Channel 12 is your local source.
When it comes to TV channels, you've got choices. As a matter of fact, you've got lots of choices. But only one channel is your local source in your community every day, bringing you the news, sports, events, and city information that affect you. So seek out the source. Channel 12, 30 years your local source.
Welcome back here to St. John's. The South All-Stars winning the 2014 edition of Minnesota All-Star Football. We have offensive and defensive MVPs for each team, and they are standing by with John Jacobson.
Thanks very much, Jay, with the South and the North team. And we'll start with the North MVPs of the game. Michael Herzog, the quarterback out of Detroit Lakes. And Michael, in an all-star situation, you don't expect to play more than about half the game. After that first series, you had to play the whole game at quarterback. What was that like?
It took a little getting used to, but, it was a fun experience. And, definitely played more than I thought I would, it was fun, but I didn't want to see Keaton get hurt. But I'm glad I was prepared and ready to play.
Didn't come out with a win, but you guys definitely played well there, or better in the second half there. How did you feel good about the way you finally got the offense going?
Yeah, definitely. We were kind of behind the 8 ball. We didn't have field position and had a couple turnovers, but very pleased with how we played in that third and fourth quarter.
Tell us about your plans for next year, and you were telling me you'll be on this field again, likely.
Yeah. I'm headed to Concordia, Moorhead, and Fargo Moorhead, in Moorhead, Minnesota. It's a Division III school, and I plan to play quarterback. But I'll be back here twice in my career, and hopefully don't lose again.
Thanks, Michael, for your time. Congratulations. And Josh Tars is the defensive MVP for the North out of Totino Grace. And Josh, talk about today's game for you and what this experience was like the last 3 hours.
Well, it could have gone a little bit better if we would have gotten the win, but I mean, it was a great experience playing here. Being with the guys all week was incredible. They're awesome guys. It was great to get to know them, but unfortunately it didn't go our way, but it was still a great time, fun to fly around with your friends you made the past week.
Last game as a high school athlete, what does that mean to you?
Well, I mean, it's kind of an end of an era, kind of moving on, and it's sad. It's definitely bittersweet. So, I mean, you have a lot to look forward to playing college next year, but at the same time, it's end of your high school memories. So, definitely bittersweet.
And we talked to some of you guys earlier in the week, talked about living in a dorm and kind of getting used to this is kind of what college life is going to be like for football players, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's definitely a first taste of college life, living with the dorms, hanging with the guys at night and stuff. It was a great week.
Congratulations, Josh. Good luck in college.
Thank you.
All right, and turning now to our South MVP, starting with Anthony Anderson of Eden Prairie. We talked to you earlier in the game. 2 touchdowns you ended up with today. Tell me about today's game.
It was an exciting game. My team came out strong. We had the mindset to come out focused. There was a little bit of talking at the beginning, but, I mean, at the end of the day, South came out with a W, and we just couldn't be any more happier.
We talked a lot during the telecast about the work of the offensive line. How well did those guys, whoever was in there, seemed to be blocking well for you?
Yeah, I mean, it took all week. They had to learn the formations and everything. So it was kind of like a long week process, but it all worked out for the best. They opened up everything for me, and, I couldn't have done it without them.
You know a lot of the Metro guys, but I'm sure it was interesting or different to meet some of the other guys from maybe small towns, small classes. What was that experience like this week?
It was kind of different because there was some guys from 9-man, they just weren't used to everything, but they're the star players on their team, so they adapted quickly, and everybody just came out here and played their hearts out.
Tell us again your plans for next year.
I'm planning on going to Iowa Western Junior College, and I'll go there for a year and a half, and I'll end up transferring to, I don't know what school yet, but I got a couple options.
Anthony, congratulations on the win here today.
All right, thank you, sir.
And finally, Lauren Heiming out of Apple Valley, the defensive MVP for the South. Congratulations on that honor. What is it like to be the MVP of the game?
It feels great. I'm kind of a little starstruck. Didn't exactly think coming out to an all-star game I'd be named MVP, knowing there's so many good kids that I'd be playing with and against. But I'm really grateful, and I got to thank God for the opportunities I have.
What is this experience like, not just getting to know kids, but playing with guys of your caliber or against guys of your caliber on a football field?
It's super cool. The first thing the coach said when we got here is this is the best team you're ever going to play on. This is also the best team you're ever going to play against. So, I'm super competitive, so I know I was going to have to step it up, and everybody else is going to have to step it up.
How happy were you with your team's play on defense? You guys really shut them down, especially in that first half.
Oh, our defense was awesome. It's a lot harder for offenses to get started, but defensive is just running and hitting. So we came out pretty well, and I like how fast we were able to play. We were a little bit smaller in terms of the line compared to them, but we were really fast, and we always got to the ball.
I know your football days aren't over. Tell us your plans for next year.
I'm planning on playing football at the University of Columbia next year.
Congratulations on this, and good luck next year in the next 4 years.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
The MVPs of the South and the North, and great game, Jay, for these guys to play in. The North guys certainly would have liked to have won, but I think everybody had a good experience overall, and the bad weather stayed away. A little rain, but that didn't hurt anybody. Back up to you.
Thanks very much, John. Thanks for your work all game long, chasing the guys down, and certainly margin of the game got a little bit closer to the North. You had to feel that after about 3.5 or 2.5 quarters, they were really looking a little shell-shocked, and South had pretty much dominated. North at least got some things going, had little highlights of their own later in the ballgame to keep it interesting here. Hope you've enjoyed today's telecast. For Aaron Lamker, John Jacobson, and all of our 12 Sports crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. So long from St. John's, where it's the South All-Stars over the North, 37-22.